Introduce me, I'm the renegade. Every single night, I crave the taste. It's the adrenaline running through my gait. It gets me high, high, high. Got no time to waste. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just faster than you. Look into my eyes, I'm not afraid. Take over my mind till it fades. Like a medicine, it keeps me safe. This neon lights lead the way. Ain't got time for small talk. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just faster than you. Faster than you. I tell you the truth. I'm faster than you. I'ma tell you the truth. Not in it to lose, just faster than you. I tell you the truth. Just faster than you. Just faster than you. It's been a while, yeah. Safe to say over a year. Still it feels like I saw you every day. Tired of hanging around the ones that always need an explanation. I don't need to every day. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming. I wanna be everything I thought that I could never be. Build me up, piece by piece. Figured out by all the parts that made me. Used to feel like I belonged to a certain place or a town. Feeling safe, feeling sound when I'm still around. But there's something in the distance. I wanna know what it's like. Don't worry, I'm still with you all the time. Explain myself, don't hold it against me if I'm somewhere else. Put all the masks that I had on the shelf. Wish I could stay, but it's bad for my head. Something's coming. I wanna be everything I thought that I could never be. Build me up, piece by piece. Figured out by all the parts that made me. Something's coming.
to focus. It doesn't matter cause you live a lie. You want attention from every guy in the park, but when you call, give you my heart, you rip it out. I can't pretend to like you, I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you, I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you, I can't pretend to like you. I hope you feel the same. I take a chance and not lose. I can't pretend to like you.
I've been so anti yeah, you're a bad chick and you know that. Eyes roll back every time you throw that. Love letter on your bed, I wrote that. I need you and I'm not afraid to show that. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. My world falls down when you pick me up. I came up from a small town, no one hit me up. Now they wanna be my friend. Everybody play pretend. But now I'm pulling up in a Bentley. No, really ain't shit you can tell me. What? I just wish somebody would help me. This lifestyle is not healthy. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. She's a goth girl, welcome to my goth world. Fell in love with the diamonds and pearls. Yeah, we do what we want when we want. Saks Fifth with the new Saint Laurent. Party too lit, get kicked out. All alone, that's the only way to live now. Yeah, we do what we want when we want. I'ma get you anything that you want. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Yeah, I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything. I could buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything. Buy you anything, anything on your everything, everything.
I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I call the shots in the man with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'ma dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish, yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. Savage, you've been distracted, your best my average, there's a reason for that's a fact. So they snapping back, mad at the fact that I don't have a backup plan, I ain't need that. Outworking everybody when I relax, so I ain't tripping about none of y'all feedback. Heard that, wonder when I'm gonna peak at. And that's why you count your blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now with the plot and we only go bombs away. Ain't no one protecting my mind as a weapon, that's why I'm a dominate. Taking advantage of every second, now I ain't got time to waste. They all tryna sign my name, they want me to sign my name. Counting the blessing while I count that in my winnings. We take 50s and 100s and throw them up to the ceiling. Everything I envision, now everybody gon' witness. Only difference between us is I ain't stop till I finish, yeah. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now. I always wanted the world, I wanna conquer the world right now. I feel on top of the world, I feel on top of the world right now.
You call my bluff for the last time. This ain't a song, it's a battle cry. No life. I see the clue between the strobe lights. I'm haunted, black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Used to want it bad, used to want it bad, but I can't taste it. I can't help you now, okay? Follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Follow me around, okay? Black face. Hey, follow me around, okay? Got too much up on my plate, now I can't think. I said woke up to get X and now I'm feeling this is it. Want the money, want the rest. I do purse, not no cess. They say Darnish, why you sad? I said I just need to think. Red tape, got too close, I hit the city. Black face, show you everything you need till you fornicate it bad. Someone said it's sad. I used to want it bad. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you too many times. Yeah. I know it's in my head, keep seeing you. I know it's in my head. Follow me around, okay? Black face, hey, follow me around, okay? Got too much up on my follow me around, okay? Black face, hey, follow me around, okay? Got too much up on my follow me around, okay? Black face, hey, follow me around, okay? Got too much up on my follow me
follow me under when I'm crumbling? Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe, dear. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Demons always bother me. I'm leaving, but they follow me. Will you follow me under when I'm crumbling? Every night I wonder, will it ever end? Sometimes I can barely breathe, dear. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Will you follow me under? Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here. Sometimes I don't wanna be here.
I'm so sorry that I wasn't really there for me. Cause nobody else is showing any empathy. Rudely awake and quite undertaken. Did I do something wrong? Life isn't easy. Why did you leave me here with my thoughts alone? I don't wanna wake up messed up, cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I know I need you now, cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. I'm so sorry that I didn't go to therapy. Thinking everybody, even you's an enemy. Brutally awake and quite undertaken. Did not do nothing wrong. Life isn't easy. Why did you leave me here to get drunk alone? And I don't wanna wake up messed up, cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But I know I need you now, cause I don't wanna be around. No, I don't wanna wake up messed up. There's gotta be another way past this. If I am so wrong and so gone, miserable, won't you stick around just for some be visible? But you don't, no, you don't care. Leave me to suffer, erase all the doubt. Pouring Jack in my mouth, in a love with enough of the pain and the drugs to be present for now. All I'm right now, I don't wanna wake up messed up, cause I can't spend another day like this. Another type of caked up breakup, where I've been finding any way to my fix. But Wish we could learn how to love our mistakes. Straight from the jump and not wait for an answer. Wish we could smile when shit's rough nowadays. Change our reactions. Feelings don't die around this neighborhood. We used to sell a double pills, young and misunderstood. My homie, tell me what is changing from your point of view. A smaller circle, but the range is some deja vu. I recognize my future, and there is nothing with you. Unless you turn your boat around, success might come recruit you. But unless you analyze in depth that we're steps away from death, 1,000 possibilities, act on it, Johnny Depp. For real, cause we're lonesome towns, trying to know what father brought us down the hill. I don't wanna be stuck in countless doubts. I just wanna smile and run away from here. I swear to God, man, I just wanna be a model for my brother. Hey, I just gotta work until I'm on the covers. Hey, I just gotta work until my songs are covered. Hey, I just wanna make it proud to be my mother. Wish we could learn how to love our mistakes. Straight from the jump and not wait for an answer. Wish we could smile when shit's rough nowadays. Change our reactions. You just gotta love yourself. 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 Hope you learned your lesson, girl, I cannot teach anymore. Hope you show some faith in men, I am not like anyone. Cause I am over being sober with myself and I'm with you. I am over being something I am not. I'ma turn it to the man now. Hey, finna get my money, ain't no handouts. Hey, finna be a legend like I'm playing now. Hey, I ain't gotta focus on my friends now. Huh? I'ma turn it to a man now. Hey, finna get my money, ain't no handouts. Hey, finna be a legend like I'm playing now. Hey, I ain't gotta focus on my friends now. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah. You just gotta love yourself. Yeah.
These are those moments I don't think anybody else is going to forget.
Hello and welcome. We are live with 100 Thieves versus Triumph for the ESL Pro League, and this is the NA matchups. As you can see, joining me is Jeet. How are you doing?
Doing fantastic, man. I'm looking forward to this matchup. It's going to be an interesting one, 100 Thieves versus Triumph. A lot on the line for this one. So we do have 100 Thieves potentially making it through to the playoffs. They should, let's be honest. But we also have Gen G, right? Yeah, Gen G really making it through. So it's all on the line for this one. It's going to be interesting.
Yep, certainly, and getting into the pistol round, it's all the kills coming through for the 100 Thieves here. Jacob towards Dark is able to pick himself up one before he's swiftly dealt with by Penny. Now the 100 Thieves are 3-on-2 retake. They've got Azza with the kit. They're all going to be coming in through CT, and Triumph now need to try and hold this B-bomb site down. Penny already 2 kills to his name as the 100 Thieves try and push their way in. A nice kill from Sheikh Zula, but Granite's faction is still there, and Penny, he's going to make them pay for their insolence here as it's 1v1 against Gratis faction. He's going to try and hold the bomb, but Penny will swing out, take him down, deny the defuse, and put Triumph their first on the board.
Quite an interesting map to start on for these two teams as well. So it is Inferno, as you can see. And obviously it's chosen by Triumph. It's one of their better maps, let's put it in those terms.
Yep. Oh, God. I've just seen what Ryan has brought up. There is a P90 on the field. And a pause.
No.
I mean,
Oh, no.
I mean, considering there's a pause, I'm feeling that maybe it was a misbuy. But the inner me wants it not to be a misbuy and Ryan to come into this round with the P90.
Also known as the pellet gun, because it barely hurts to get hit by it. Like you really gotta put some bullets in people before they die.
Yeah, but the rate of fire of that mad machine
yeah.
is you can send bullets down range like it's nobody's business. So, I mean, yeah, I'm hoping that they're not going to. Can you even reset the round off a misbuy nowadays? I'm not sure if you can. I feel like that may have been removed a while ago, but
Yeah, you can't like So I see that they asked for a tech pause because they were having technical issues.
okay.
I'm not sure if those technical issues like had anything to do with the misbuy, because if that's the case, you can potentially get like I guess like a re-over of the round start, but it shouldn't happen. Like there shouldn't be any technical issues or having like an influence on the buy. Or at least I haven't heard of that in a million years, unless
No.
his mouse just spazzed out or something. I don't know.
Raise a synapse or something like that, you know? It could be a pesky thing.
That's what I was talking about. Inferno, just to get back on it
Yeah.
with the map for a hot moment while we're on a break. So Inferno, the first map, of course, as I pointed out, chosen by Triumph. It's one of their better maps. It's their most played map for certain. They've played it 10 times in the last 3 months. They have a 40% win rate. So not amazing, obviously, but not horrible either. 40%, considering like the teams that they're playing against, is actually not that bad for Triumph.
Yeah.
On the other hand, we have 100 Thieves. They've played it 7 times in the last 3 months. It's their second most played map. There's actually a tie for second place with Inferno and Vertigo. They've played it 7 times, as I said. They have a 57% win rate on it. So 100 Thieves should be the favorites in general. They have better players. They're more experienced and all that good stuff. So they should be the favorites regardless. And Inferno should cement that as well.
There we go. Yeah. This is why you buy the pellet gun. A quick 2k into the site. He's got it done there for Triumph as they'll try and secure themselves a second, not a twekend. I don't even know what a twekend is. A second round for Triumph, and 100 Thieves. They'll just save what little weaponry they still have. A few deagles, a couple sets of armor, a few little bits of utility. It's all possible for doing a little bit more damage. You can see they did get a kill this round. Quite a lot of damage done to a few of those players as well on the Triumph side. So certainly 100 Thieves, there's no point squandering all you have just throwing this at the B site.
One of the problems with the P90, just for quick measures, is the amount of money that you get for
it's only
kills with it.
$300 as well, yeah.
So it is a pretty like decent weapon in terms of the rate of fire and like the magazine size and all that good stuff. But the problem is you don't get like the bonus money that you would with another SMG. So there's really no reason to, and also it's a little bit more expensive. So
yeah,
that's not that big of a reason to pull that one out. You'd rather go for like one of the smaller SMGs that gives more bonus money, and they're very viable as well. So I would suspect that it was probably a misbuy. We see it every once in a while though, and we especially see it more when we have like a big underdog situation. Then we'll see it on one of the teams.
Yeah.
Just for like a bit of kicks and some memes, I suppose.
Yeah. What I'd really like to see, and I feel like does not get enough love, is the PP Bison. $1,400, 64 round mag. Why is that not on the field more? I bet Liaz would be one to whip out his PP.
Whoa, whoa. So
I bet he's really good with the PP Bison. That's all I'm saying.
Okay, just keep the Bison in that word as well. We're all good. But yeah, so I said that the P90 is a pellet gun, and I would say the Bison is probably a nail gun. Like it hurts a little bit, but it's not really that bad. And like getting struck by a nail, it doesn't really fire that like the projection is not that fast, I suppose. I don't know where I'm going with this any longer, but it doesn't really hurt that much, and it actually hurts a little bit less than the P90. The thing with the PP Bison though is that you will get like extra bonus money with it, so that's always good to have in the bank, of course. And I have seen players. It's not a weapon that's pulled out often, but I would actually say that it's pulled out way more often than the P90.
Yeah. We are analyzing meme guns way too much here.
No,
It's all Ryan's fault for bringing the P90 onto the field.
we're on a tech break anyways, right? We might
Yeah.
as well have a little bit with it.
Yeah. But yeah, this is, of course, Triumph's map pick. And it's as far as I'm aware, it's a sort of a 2-horse race for the final slot in the playoffs between 100 Thieves and Chaos. As they're both sat on a 3-3 record, if my mind serves me correctly. And I think for Chaos to go through, I think they need to win their match against Fury, and 100 Thieves need to lose here against Triumph. Because on head-to-head, I think 100 Thieves win. If that's correct?
Oh yeah, right. I think earlier I said Gen G rather than Chaos, but obviously Chaos has a chance.
Yeah.
Gen G, excuse me, does not have a chance. That doesn't really flow well in my mouth for some weird reason.
Yeah.
But yeah, Chaos does have a chance, but for them to actually make it through to playoffs, they need to win their own game, which is against Furia. And as you said, yeah, correctly, 100 Thieves, they need to lose their game in this one. So it's going to be incredibly difficult for Chaos because the chances of 100 Thieves winning over Triumph are pretty good. They're 1-4 favorite, roughly. And I think it's roughly the same for Furia to win over Chaos, actually. So, again, for Chaos to make it through is going to be an incredibly uphill struggle. I don't see that happening. I do believe that we're going to see the table sit pretty much as it is sitting currently. We might have a little bit of a battle towards the top there, because I believe EG and Liquid are battling it out for first place, and Furia is obviously in the mix of that one.
Yeah.
All three of those teams are currently sitting on 15 points. So if EG wins over Liquid, EG will be at the very top no matter what happens. If Liquid wins over EG and Furia wins over Chaos, I think Furia will be at the top because of the head-to-head. But I'll have to check up on that. I'm not 100% sure, but I think that's the way it goes. So
yeah,
I think this is actually one of the most exciting games on this or today, like in these matchups. This and the Chaos Furia game.
Yeah, this is gonna. These two games are deciding which is a final team getting through. So always good to see. And the way the NA playoffs is working is basically, as we're actually going to be switching server, is we're actually going to be in a. It's basically just an upper bracket and a lower bracket. So the top two go into the upper bracket final, while the lower two go into the lower bracket round 1, I think it is. And then it sort of just plays from there on. So who the winner of that upper bracket final basically just goes straight into the grand final. If you go into lower bracket, you have to win those two. So yeah, it's sort of a bit different to the EU one, a bit of a smaller bracket, only 4 teams actually going through. As I believe we are onto the new server. I'm assuming everything will just be reset with the Match Medic, whatever it's called nowadays, eBot. Whatever the cool kids are saying.
They'll just call it Match Medic.
Match Medic, yeah.
But yeah, as like the thing here is we got 100 Thieves and Chaos obviously battling it out for who will make it into playoffs. And I think it's only fair that we talk a little bit about like Chaos and Triumph, because they're going to be the underdogs in their games. So in this one, the one that we are covering, it's going to be Triumph, obviously the underdog against 100 Thieves. And we were speaking a little bit before we went live whether this was going to be a 2-0, and we actually saw like a decent chance of that. But do you think there's like, let's put a percentage on it. What do you think the percentage of Triumph winning one map is?
I reckon they can do it. They've had some good results against the likes of EG and Liquid recently, like 2-1 games. I mean, taking the map off EG, taking the map off Liquid, they're putting the maps close as well. All 3 of them like double digits. It's not out of the realms here for Triumph. They can certainly do it. So, I mean, I'd suspect they can probably take one. But I feel like Inferno, probably the most likely out of the three. Obviously, if they lose this one, it's going to put a lot of pressure to try and take away 100 Thieves map pick, which is going to be Dust 2. A pretty...
Probably not going to happen.
No. Because I feel like Dust 2, it's a pretty... I sort of want to say it, but I also don't. It's a pretty puggy map, in my opinion.
Like, 100% is.
Yeah,
it's without a doubt the most puggy map currently.
Yeah, and I feel like 100 Thieves, I feel like the skill for 100 Thieves, just in terms of like raw aim, is at a higher level than Triumph's.
I agree.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'll go with you on that one and say that if Triumph has any chance of getting just one map, there is always that slight chance on Mirage the Decider, actually, if they manage to make it that far. Because they have, like, neither of the two teams have played it a massive amount in the last 3 months. But again, just like with Dust 2, Mirage is a fairly heavy puck map these days as well. So, like, I still feel like 100 Thieves should have that one in the bag. And then it really just comes down to Inferno. And I would say there's actually, like, a decent chance of Triumph picking up a dub here on Inferno.
Yeah, certainly. I mean, they are 0-6 in the league, but a lot of their performances don't show that. I think they were unlucky earlier on. They've started to pick up pace in the latter season, and obviously some good performances against the likes of VG and Liquid. But unfortunately, a little bit too little too late, and they are tough cookies to take a win over.
We also spoke about how Triumph have actually put up, like, decent rounds against most of these teams. So Triumph actually went... So they lost against EG, but it was a 2-1 loss. So they still pulled a map from EG. They pulled a map from Liquid. Took a map from Chaos. One could argue that, like, could have gone either way, I suppose. They actually won over Cloud9. So Triumph is not necessarily like an awful team or anything like that. I just think in a best of 3 scenario like this, where we have Dust 2 and Mirage in play, I think experience is going to be taking over, and 100 Thieves, like, without a shadow of a doubt, have a lot more experience than Triumph.
Yeah, and just in case anyone's wondering, we are just experiencing a couple of technical issues. We did get the first 2 rounds of the game completed, which is why we are just rambling on. We've had to switch servers, and the game currently sits at 2-0 to the Triumph side. So there is... It should all be reset once all the players are in and all the players are ready to get back going, as long as this new server is to their liking. But that's just why we're here in a bit of a weird warm-up talking about this game, as we've had a bit of a server switch, and use this time just to bring you a bit of background for this game, I guess, as well as talk about the off-keel weapons that may get used.
I suspect that we're going to see some Zeus attempts in this one as well.
Oh, please bring them in, and the dual Berettas. Just.
I don't think we're going to see many dual Berettas, honestly. We might see, like, some CT Zeus action here on Inferno. We might see some of that over on Mirage as well. I think, like, that's the 2 best maps to see that on, because every once in a while you'll have someone, like, pushing underpass on Mirage with the Zeus, or on this map you'll have someone sitting in apps with the Zeus, or just going straight banana with it. But yeah, as we said earlier, 100 Thieves are definitely the favorites for this one, but there's definitely a bit of a chance for Triumph.
Yes, I certainly think they could pick up Inferno here. They've had some great results, so it's just a matter of time, I think. I
don't think Dust 2 will happen for them, but there's definitely a slight chance on Mirage as well.
Yeah, it should be an interesting series nonetheless, and it looks like we're almost ready to get back going. Sorry about the delays, everyone. Unfortunately, just some issues for the players with that previous server. We are now on to the new one, and as you can see, it is now 2-0 to Triumph as we get to where we were in the previous server. We should have everybody ready to go momentarily. And Ryan, as you can see, still with that P90. He's been gifted it back by the gods. 100 Thieves, though, they've got a few little weapons they can try and utilize as the match gets unpaused. A couple of Deagles, 5-7. We'll see if the 100 Thieves are going to be able to do any damage with these weapons against this Triumph full buy. Well, not a full buy actually. The half buy, I guess, technically. They've got plenty of utility. That's what I'm saying. Plenty of utility. A couple rifles with P90 and a MAC-10 though.
And see, there was a little bit of confusion in the chat at this point. That confusion should have been cleared.
Yep.
Some people were wondering if we were restarting at 0-0, and
No.
obviously went on. Beautiful nades here. Nice little trade along the top of Banana. Good action coming through. Nice damage dealt to Gratisfaction. But it was actually Gratisfaction taking care of Junior.
And Triumph do need to be careful in this one because, I mean, as you can see, already a kill found for the 100 Thieves side. These Deagles can be dangerous, and with Penny and Shakezilla both low, there's certainly more damage that can be found. If they can eliminate the threat of the Deagles pretty quickly, they should have themselves a nice old time. As the spray through the smoke does connect onto Liaz. And there goes one little threat, but Azza, that's a bad timing on the flashbang for him. But Gratisfaction still in towards a new box, has a Deagle in his hands and a second kill to his name, looking for more, but Shakezilla will be able to take him down. JKS just runs through a smoke for USP to find Moose, and this is a lot of damage found against the Triumph side. Penny and Shakezilla, they're both one-tappable by the USP. Could Jacob conceivably win this round out here? No, he cannot, and it will be Penny closing it down. The AK does prevail. Triumph probably a little bit more than they bargained for in that round.
Jacob is actually a really, really solid pistol player, but I wouldn't necessarily call him like a magical USP player. I would say if he has like a P250, a Desert Eagle, Desert Eagle he's actually really strong with. Even the 5.7, I've seen him pull out on multiple occasions, so he's a strong pistol player, but obviously the aim punch in a situation like that, and even he's in that 1-2 situation, that's a little bit awkward.
What was Junior doing there?
Yeah, don't ask me.
Lucky he's not had his head clipped off by the Oath of Gratisfaction. As the 100 Thieves do have themselves a full buy up in this round now, so this will be a test for Triumph to see whether they can maintain the lead they've got here and extend upon it.
Honestly, that should have been a kill for Gratisfaction. Can we agree on that?
Yeah, probably should have
been.
been.
His opponent was he wasn't even moving that fast.
No, Gratisfaction was probably just caught as off guard as we were.
True.
He couldn't quite believe what he'd seen.
Most likely. JKS. This could be interesting. So JKS is just, for now, firing a few shots off. I wonder, so he's the sole player over on B currently. We see this quite a lot. Throwing that deep smoke down towards bottom of Banana, and then having one player sitting at the old car position. And as soon as they hear the flashbang, which is kind of what I thought, he falls back towards the side, and they pull one player off the arch position and throws him back over towards B. But it is just a couple of flashes to clear out top of Banana, and then re-aggression back over towards the A-bomb side here, and they are going to be pulling through.
And as they push forward, Gratisfaction, Bully Blind is able to find one as Liaz up on top of the balcony finds one. Gratisfaction no-scoping Ryan, can't follow it up any further as it leaves things in a 2-on-2. A nice defense for the 100 Thieves, but there's still work to be done for these Aussies as they now need to try and get themselves back into this A-site. Junior posted up with his AWP towards Pit. This could be a rude awakening for JKS, but a missed shot. Junior really needs to be hitting those sorts of bangers with the AWP, and as he will get taken down, but Shakezilla going in from the back lines. It was all the big facade as he gets the flank through, gets the 2K, and will secure Triumph the 4th. As a little bit awkward for Junior there. Like, there was no flashbang or anything, just misses the shot. Hopefully he can warm pins that up. Yet to find a frag, but hopefully it won't be too much longer before we can pick one up.
Yeah, so pointed out in that situation, that was actually pretty smart from Triumph. So instead of trying to retake top of Banana, they knew that with a deep smoke, there's a good chance of only one player holding it. So just throwing a flash there would put the players on A little bit out of position and give them a real good chance of aggressing towards the A-bomb side. Getting a little bit lucky in that situation as well. Gratisfaction. He had good opportunities to actually hit more than he did, but came up a little bit short, I feel like. And also his position wasn't great. Yeah, Desert Eagles and 5-7, P250 in play. Decent amount of
Jesus
utility
Christ.
here. Well, that's a nice shot from
Yeah.
Gratisfaction.
He's just raking them in now at the moment, isn't he, Gratisfaction? He must have gotten like at least half his kills from the Deagle so far this game. Definitely seen at least 3.
Look at this setup here for Triumph. They're thinking about going towards this B bomb site, and they're definitely going to be pulling through eventually. But the setup from 100 Thieves is brilliant. So we have one player over towards the coffins, one on top here. That's going to be Asa with the 5-7.
Oh, no.
But it's actually Jacob getting a gnarly little double kill onto Penny and Ryan. Now it's going to be all on Shaken Jr. to try and see if they can pull this one back in a 2-on-5 situation.
Good shot from Junior, though. Eliminates that pressure from the backstab of Gratisfaction. And now they're going to try working over towards this A site. Only one player in defense, but it is Liaz with armor and a salvaged AK-47 as he'll position himself over towards the apartments. And Triumph going to be working in. Liaz sees that flashbang come over. He needs to be wary of the player coming from Moto, and he's watching for that 10 seconds on the clock. Shakes Zilla, nice frag onto JKS, but with Liaz from the apartments, it makes things difficult. 4 seconds, he's going to try and get the bomb planted, but coming in from the back lines, it's Liaz and Azza, and they will combine for the round for 100 Thieves, and Triumph led in a costly round slip there against the Pistols.
Yeah.
100 Thieves have been looking dangerous, and Triumph, they fall into the trap on B. Nice shots from Jacob to set it all up, though.
Yeah, oof. I think the kids say, or at least
This
they used
big
to.
oof.
That was not a good round from Triumph, but all things considered, if you're in a 2-on-5 situation, to get like to pull it back in some sense, to get 2 kills and a bomb plant is not horrible. So at least they salvaged a little bit, and getting that bomb plant allows them to get a little bit of extra money that they can use to reinvest into the AWP, of course, and then get a bit of extra utility on Shake, the 2 AKs on play, and well, Moose is only on a Tech 9. Ooh, that nade as well.
Yeah, that impacted on Junior's noggin there, and
Yeah.
ended up just killing, well, taking him down a lot of HP as an awkward spray comes through, but Jacob has the drop on Penny as they push through the smoke. So you can see how weak and battered and bruised Triumph already are in this round. This Mac-10 for Ryan. In a difficult position, he's just going to back away, not go forwards as that Molotov comes through. Probably for the best. As Triumph, they'll try and head towards this B site once more. Whether or not they can find success is a different question, but right now, there's only JKS in defense of this position. As he just deploys a smoke, that'll hold back the Triumph players for a little bit longer. And it might actually deter them from this site. As they only have, well, I say they have 4 smokes to use still, the Triumph side, so they can definitely set themselves up for an execute. A Molotov, HE, just a single flashbang though. I'm going to have to use that one
could be a
correctly.
problem.
Yeah, they're going to have to try and position that one as well as they can. No ability to double flash players or get them to turn away from the first as it does come over. JKS just isn't blind and gets the first onto Shake. As now, he just backs away. JKS doesn't need to peek any further into this site as he's secured himself and his team the 5-on-3. As Triumph will get the bomb planted. So there's an extra $800 coming into their bank accounts for the next round. Can they come away with the 5th as Ryan looks aggressive towards the ruins? He is able to pick up the first, but there's trades there from the 100 Thieves, and now Triumph. They're starting to put a bit of damage on these 100 Thieves as Junior with the AWP, only 14 points of health, but a kill to his name. He's positioned to look for more, and there is more. Azza to fall, he looks for the peek onto Liaz, but the M4 is good. It only requires the 1 bullet, and Liaz will take down Moose, giving his teammate the opportunity to get the defuse through. So a second for the 100 Thieves. A costly retake, but still a retake nonetheless. That B site can be pretty hard to get your way back into.
I absolutely love the play there from JKS. So he realized that he's the sole player on the B bomb site. His only job at that point is to give a bit of extra time for his teammates on that rotation. And if he gets any more than that, that's like icing on the cake. He even gets a kill, and he deals damage to yet another player. So not bad at all there from JKS, actually.
Yeah.
It was costly, as you said. 100 Thieves losing 3 players in a 5-on-3 retake is obviously not ideal. But
Good trades, though.
yeah, good trades coming through. And as I said, like the initial idea there from JKS was brilliant. I love that stuff. I love to see them falling back instead of like every once in a while, if you're in a 5-on-3 situation, you can be in a situation where you're like, we got the numbers, boys. I'll sacrifice and see how many I can take with me. But that's not a good idea. Just find like a quick kill and then fall back.
Yeah. Yeah, and it was good to see JKS just using his head, getting back towards the ruins, regrouping with his teammates, and just go for it all at once. As that's the second time I've seen them doing that run boost towards top mid. 100 Thieves, and it's not going to net them anything apart from a little bit of information as Azza knocks up 2 quick kills as Triumph with no armor, pistols, throwing themselves at a bit of a brick wall here. Flashbang though. Fortunately, no one to make use of it from the Triumph side. This should just be 100 Thieves mopping up these last few players. Who spotted out, doing a little bit of damage. Penny, okay. Swings out as his teammates diverting their attention to find 2 quick kills. Azza and JKM hit the dirt there, hit the concrete. The bomb though, still top mid and still unrecoverable as that nade. Ryan just went from 100 to 17. You'll be feeling that one in the morning.
Decent amount of damage dealt here from Penny, getting 2 frags with that, well, that limited equipment is pretty solid, obviously.
Yeah.
Grad's faction here just cleaning up a little bit, making sure that no weapons is too close towards that mid position, so he doesn't get overrun and they steal like a weapon or something like that. Nice setup here towards middle as well. We got 3 players up close in middle. One of them is watching for the balcony. Obviously, they got bomb down, so they know they only have to worry about this spot. And now with the timer running low, bomb actually got picked up. I didn't even spot that at first.
Yeah, Ryan slipped it out under the nose of the CTs, and now look at this flank as well for Penny. M4 picked up. Oh, this could be a little bit dangerous for 100 Thieves. They're going in fast to try and clear out that sole player, and Penny makes his position known, and it's going to be instantly denied as it leaves it all up to Ryan. And 100 Thieves, they will mop things up.
Oh, Penny. He had such a huge positioning there. Obviously, like, he was... I feel like he was, like, a split second late in that position. Because if he was just, like, a split second earlier, he would have probably gotten that kill. But when you get to that position a little bit too late, you gotta have trigger discipline.
Yeah.
And he didn't. I think, like, they could have probably gotten a kill more out of it. But regardless...
Still decent.
Again, a 3-on-3 situation. They don't have any armor. They have just upgraded pistols. They don't have positioning. They lost bomb. They managed to pick up the bomb and get it planted. More money in the bank.
Yeah. And now, with that bomb plant, as you say, it's a bit of extra utility for this one. You can see $800 difference it makes to the economy that they have. Extra weaponry, but Ryan... Oh, he's tagged down through the apartments there. The AWP just spots his little leg out through the entrance to Boiler, and now he's down on just 8 points of health. So Triumph got a few issues in this round already as they look to try and find an opening for themselves. Shame though, no P90 since that second round. A little disappointed. Still plenty of time though, plenty of time for the wish to be granted as Junior. Not going to hold back if his teammate steps in the way. Will take down Gratisfaction with a bullet through his teammates. Well, rear behind, I guess you'd call it, as now Jacob deals with that top mid presence as the rest of these Triumph players are going to try progressing in towards this B site. Smokes down, 100 Thieves trying to muster themselves up to go in towards this site and retake it as the bomb will be planted. They push forward. Penny's good for 1, but only the 1 as JKS trades it out, leaves it in a 3-on-2 for the 100 Thieves plays, but it's all for Junior. Only 4 points of health. Could still find damage, but with his teammate going down, it's all up towards him. Gers, the first no-instant trade from the 100 Thieves players, and with 4 points of health, is he going to be cognizant of the player coming through Banana? I don't think so. Not looking that way at all, and at the last minute looks over, but it's too little, too late. Jacob finishes them off and secures a 4-4 scoreline. Tie game.
Yeah, good early rounds from Triumph. Now we see 100 Thieves pushing it back slightly and one round at a time. Again, Triumph, I gotta give them props, especially Junior. He's hitting some gnarly shots with that AWP. He's already hit like, I think I've seen 5 at least, like good shots from him on that AWP in
Yeah.
8 rounds. That's not bad at all.
Yeah, I was worried for him at the start. Saw him miss that shot. He was 0-0 for 8, but he certainly looked a lot better now. Hitting shots. And hopefully, there'll be some shots that can carry Triumph to a 5th round. Don't want to be just stuck dead on 4 for too much longer. There we go. Second time of asking Gratisfaction. Same flashbang twice in a row. Both times blinds up Junior. He tries to hide his little noggin in towards the sewer tunnel. But the cap shows and Gratisfaction punishes him. The AWP headshot. Cruel Mistress. Now Triumph down a player. Can they find a way back into this round? A lot of individual duels here, and not much utility to really force an entry point here. They've got a smoke down towards long they can use. I'll allow them a bit of control towards top, mid, towards the brackets. And Ryan, he's just going to push through the smoke towards long. This could actually be a nice little route in towards a round, but as it fades... 100 Thieves are going to be aware of this. Ryan pushing forward in front of the Molotov, but that'll be towards his death. Gratisfaction posted up with the AWP, denies him that frag. And things get very difficult for Triumph here. 35 seconds on the clock. 3 players alive and 5 to find. As they try and creep their way in towards this A site through short and balcony. They try and push Liaz in the mini pit. Gratisfaction over towards Moto with the AWP. Dropping in towards mini pit. Liaz finds the first, and this all comes crashing down for Triumph and 100 Thieves. They secure a 5th. Good work from them, keeping it nice and clean.
Yeah, a 5th on the board and a 5th in a row. That's not too bad here for 100 Thieves. And we can see that money already starting to rack up as well. We see, what's that, like 8,000 almost on Gratisfaction?
Yeah.
6.5 on Jakim.
After
Obviously,
the buys as well.
Yeah, exactly. Gratisfaction sitting at the top of the scoreboard, of course. He's had pretty good success with the AWP, as suspected.
Yeah.
Trying for a little bit of aggression, as we've seen him do. Oh! Okay.
That's not
That's
reasonable.
a flick and a half, dude.
That's what's not reasonable. This is what Triumph have to go against. They've managed to find 4 rounds against this. They're just being mowed down in Banana. Pretty expected considering the buy, but... Oh, Gratisfaction. If it's not the AWP, it's the USP. 13 kills. Nice work.
Pretty sick stuff there. Definitely one of those wrist-breaking flicks where afterwards you're like, how did that just happen? I'm sure he would be like if we had a player cam on him, obviously they're playing from home, so we don't. Yeah. But if we had a player cam on him, I'm sure we would have seen like a sick reaction from as well.
I'm expecting the sort of wide eyes.
Yeah, for sure.
And he's just gonna keep on banging them out, isn't he? Jeez. Not showing any remorse right now against Triumph. It's, as we said earlier, 100 Thieves, if they do win this, it is they're guaranteed a spot in the playoffs in that lower bracket. For Chaos to go through, they need 100 Thieves to lose and Chaos to win against Fury, and that's a tough one. Him against Furia, I mean, Chaos, they've been pretty good. But are they Furia good? I don't know.
Gratisfaction, again, finding a nice shot here onto Moose. Getting the opening frags time and time again. A lot of damage dealt towards Junior. Probably not going to see Triumph get too much out of this one. They do still have bomb control, of course. But that bomb is out towards middle. He has to go for that flashbang. And with that flash, Ryan actually flies out of apartments. Good late peek coming through from Liaz. Nice little transfer there up to Junior. Shake. Not a whole lot left for him to do. Liaz just mowing up the final pieces. Nice little 3K from him. And that's 7 rounds in a row now for 100 Thieves.
Yeah, and if it's not Gratisfaction, it's someone else stepping up to the plate. Liaz, 12 kills for him. Nice work. And yeah, just to reiterate, just seen a few messages in chat. We did just go over it, but it is head-to-head, which is the main factor in determining tiebreakers in the group stage. So 100 Thieves would win out on that against Chaos if they both took the wins today, which is why for Chaos they need 100 Thieves to lose, whereas 100 Thieves they just need to win.
And real quick, I'll try and keep an eye on the Chaos versus Furia game throughout and give you guys updates on it. So currently, obviously, we have a slight delay, so you might see this a little bit late. But the current score right now is 14-5, favoring Furia on the map pick of Chaos. So again, Furia were big favorites in that one as well, and we do expect Furia to take a fairly clean victory over Chaos, and we do expect 100 Thieves to take a fairly clean victory over Triumph. And if that happens, it's going to be Liquid, EG, Furia, and 100 Thieves going through to the playoffs.
Yep. And well, for 100 Thieves, they're looking pretty good. Triumph. You need to try and switch things up a little bit here. 7 in a row for 100 Thieves so far, and with just the pistols out for the Triumph side, a couple Tech 9s, a few Deagles. We'll try and hit it fast in towards this A site, but Liaz almost has the free K. Mows down 2 as he try and push through the apartments. Gratisfaction still locked down long and leaves up to Azza on the site to, well, has them in the sights. Knocks them down, 8 on the board. 4-round lead now for the 100 Thieves as they have secured themselves a lead for half-time. That's at a minimum. The most Triumph can hope to achieve in these last few rounds is going to be 7 as they have another chance here with the full buy, the 4 AKs, the AWP. They need to try and find something there, just something at the end of this half, because they can't go into the second half being beat down by 100 Thieves like 10, 11 rounds in a row. That's not a good feeling as they try and create aggression towards Banana, but it's Gratisfaction going down. Junior getting the better of him with the AWP. A nice pick to find. A big heavy hitter to go down, but Jacob, he'll find one towards Banana before Shakes takes him down in return and leaves Triumph in that advantage, and now they're starting to find a bit of form. Moose flashbanged in to top mid, but as is Lair waiting, ensuring that they don't get him too greedy. Or maybe it's Azza the one who's a little bit greedy as he tries to push in towards the A site. 3 players there waiting for him. And they nail him down. Just JKS remaining a 1 versus 3, 6 kills to his name. Can you find anything here? Even just a kill or 2. It's going to hurt Triumph so much in their economy. We'll have to rebuy a lot of players already. Ryan's the only one who's still sort of sitting around this site. Junior and Shakes, they're over in towards the apartments. They're rotating around, just setting up for post plants if it's needed. Ryan in towards a grave. He's just not even peeking, just buying so much time. JKS will spot him out, but it's too late. He's already dead, and Triumph will find a 5th. So, as I said, they find a little bit something here. They're going to deny 100 Thieves completely sweeping at the half. After those initial 4 from the Triumph side, and a tactical timeout called off the back of that as well.
Yeah, so as you pointed out, finally another round on the board here for Triumph. They've been looking for it for quite some time now, and they finally succeed. And I think a big part of that is obviously getting that initial frag on Gratisfaction. We've seen time and time again how he just outpeaks everyone in middle, shuts them down fairly early, and leaves Triumph with a man disadvantage early in the in pretty much every single round, actually.
As we get back going, should be a another chance for Triumph. I mean, they kept 3 players alive, and they find a 6th here. Junior with that opening kill onto Grap. Can you replicate it? That is the question. It's not an easy, it's not an easy request for Junior there. Yo, just go and duel Grap. A man with a magnificent mustache. And try and come out on top. Triumph are going to look towards this A site yet again. And I mean, with the success they found last round, We're going to set up a bit of utility and try and waterfall out of the apartments usually reserved for the pistols. They're going to try it with the rifle, but it's initially not going to work. They do trade it out as they're still on the site, trying to hold them back. But as the teammates, the rotations get taken down, it's up to Azza to try and step up to the task, and he can only muster up one. Gratisfaction will find one as well. And that leaves him and JKS. 2-on-2, Junior and Penny mirrored in their weaponry. Can they get themselves back in towards the site? Penny up on top of Grave, gets down the rifler, and that leaves Gratisfaction a 1v2 as they pass each other in the smoke like ships in the night. Gratisfaction's going to work his way through the Grave, but Penny is wary of this and will take him down. And Secure, rather, is 6th on the board. Has get a little bit tangled on the S's. But Triumph, they are going to pick themselves up another, and it's a nice little round there. This A-site finding a little bit of success for them.
Yeah, considering that it was 8 rounds in a row for 100 Thieves, for Triumph to pick up these 2 rounds is actually incredibly important for them. So, if this ended up being a 10-5 half, wouldn't be like the end of the world for Triumph, but obviously seeing as 100 Thieves are the favorites for this one, they would like for that not to happen. So getting that 6th on the board is definitely going to help them out massively. It also gives them a chance of finding a 7 here, and if they manage to pull like an 8-7 half out of this, I think that's a real good start for a potential comeback into this game.
Also, I don't want to alarm anyone, but Moose, have a little look what his secondary weapon is. He's got the dual Berettas in his back pocket.
Yeah, he's not going to pull them out.
I don't know. I mean, I'm expecting him to be the kind of guy who'll spray a 30-round mag through a smoke, whip out the dualies, and go full cowboy on these fools.
He heard you earlier, and he was like, I'll give him what he wants.
Just going to tease.
Just as the secondary, I'll never use them.
That's the worst kind of dual Berettas. A dual Berettas that's come so close to success, but never has the opportunity to show itself as Triumph. They'll push in towards the B site, and they're making this clean. Junior's going to absolutely annihilate JKS there. As they have themselves a 5-on-3 final round of the half, so 100 Thieves are 100% going to be going for this. They all have kits as well. As a bit of utility is going to get set up, that forces them out of Dark and New Box. Look at them. They're in the open behind the pillar trying to hook together for warmth and safety as they get pushed forward. It's the kills coming through for the 100 Thieves. They're brought into a 2-on-2. Maybe the dual Berettas are going to be able to save them a 1v1. Please win this with the dual Berettas, Moose. This would be my everything. No, he uses the AK. He's going to secure Triumph the 7th. And you can't fault him for that. 8-7.
Did you see that flashbang there? The timing on that flashbang coming through from 100 Thieves on the retake. So what they did is they had 2 players over towards the construction area, the church area, whatever you want to call it nowadays. Those 2 players had to push in with the molly still deployed and with the timing of the flashbang. Flashbang was brilliant, forced the players to hug that pillar, as you pointed out. And then one player got caught completely in the open on the opposite side of Emo or Dark, whatever you want to call it. And he was completely blinded, of course. Got shut down immediately, but they still managed to pull it through here, Triumph. Not bad at all. 7 rounds on the board against 100 Thieves, starting on the T side of Inferno. That's pretty good.
Yeah, I mean, it was certainly not looking good when 100 Thieves racked up 8 in a row. That was a little bit of a worrying moment for Triumph.
That looked horrible for a hot moment there.
Yeah, but they pull themselves together. That's nice always to see. They're not down and out. They've still got life in them. They've still got a few breaths left of air. So we'll see whether they can convert that to a nice start on the CT side like they did on the T side. Hopefully they won't lose to a pistol buy this time, though. And because that's what's happened to them in the first round, if I recall correctly. It was 4-0 and they lost to Deagles and 5-7s and the like, I think, which sort of set up 100 Thieves for that 8-round streak.
True.
I mean, it could. I'm saying that, so it means it could have entirely been Triumph in an 8-7 scoreline or even better.
Yeah, that's the thing. Like, so obviously Triumph getting helped out a little bit by finding the first 4. I feel like, but not only that, 100 Thieves getting helped out by finding as you pointed out, that low buy victory in the 5th round, that helped them out massively. Otherwise, it would have been 8-7 in the favor of Triumph at least, or it could have been. Let's put it like that, because
Yeah.
coulda, woulda, shoulda. We never really know, of course. We're just guesstimating, I suppose. But yeah, 7 rounds on the board for Triumph. I'm actually I'm quite pleased with this. This is a real good start to this game. We did point out, however, that Inferno was probably going to be their chance. Not necessarily their only chance. I feel like Mirage could be up there as well. This could still go anyway. Like 100 Thieves, obviously they have the experience. They're a pretty good, strong team on the T side as well. So, but this could still go anyways. It's still completely open.
Yeah, certainly, and yeah, I mean, you say Mirage, but they've still got to overcome the hurdle of Dust 2. If they don't pick up Inferno, I feel like 100 Thieves will be able to rack it up in a 2-0 fashion.
I'm 100% with you on that one, 100%.
Yeah, and well, we are just waiting for this second half to go live. We do have a little short break between halves where we can have a little bit of time to reflect on what we just saw, and certainly very interesting first half. Good showing for Triumph. I'm impressed with what I see, and I mean, I came into this thinking that they would be able to give 100 Thieves a bit of a run for the money, considering the recent results as we mentioned earlier on. Don't want to harp up the same sort of alleyway, but yeah, some good results. Obviously, 3-map series against both EG and Liquid. We'll be hoping they can do the same here. And
before we get into the second half real quick, I just want to point out that Furia did take the first map chosen by Chaos. They took it 16-8. So Fury are leading in that one. They're going to be battling it out on Inferno next. And that's going to be coming up over on the B stream. Yeah. ESL_CSGO B. Yeah. It's Eternal J. And who's he? He's with Dweck again, I think, right?
Yes. Yes, because it's Squid and Josh on D stream, isn't it? So I'm assuming it'll be Dweck.
Yeah.
And, well, as they are lovely people, but we have a game to cast as Junior finds the opening kill on his pistol round. He was going to be able to find a little bit more from the site as well, as he tries to hold the line for his teammates. How is he still alive? Finally, Gratisfaction will finish him off, and you can see the panic from Liaz there as he wanted to go for the bomb plant. Sees a couple of players coming in through short, and will hide in towards the site. Gratisfaction 4, make it the ace for him in this round, and that is, well, sublime. 23 kills for him.
Gratisfaction already sitting at the top of the board, obviously with massive opening capability pretty much every single round with that AWP over on the CT side. And then he just tops it off with an ace here for the pistol in the second half. And that's exactly what 100 Thieves needed for this one. They needed the pistol to get the ball rolling on that T side, start to work on that economy, and try and keep, or I suppose give Triumph a bit of a reality check here. Say, yo, you know what, guys? We're still the top dogs, and we'll show you exactly that.
Yeah, certainly. And, well, 9-7 the scoreline. Triumph. I'll go for a few deals. A Caesar 75 for Moose. And just a scout for Junior. See what they can find with this. As Junior leaves himself a little bit of extra cash in reserve. Not buying up any armor along with that scout. And they're going to set up Naze towards this B site, will the 100 Thieves. Nobody actually in the site for Triumph, so all of this utility sort of meaningless in a few ways, but it means that they don't have to clear out the angles. They have safety in knowing that if someone was there, they're either being cooked or have moved. And that's a little nice commodity, especially against the pistols, who can be tucked into every little nook and cranny waiting for you to run past and bit of trigger discipline. But Triumph, they know this one's lost. I mean, fair call. Gonna save all these 5 players, and maybe thinking why, when all they've got is pistols and a scout, why bother saving that? Well, considering they're not gonna have a full buy in the next round, not even gonna have a buy at all, they're gonna be ecoing the next one. These weapons, they can still find damage. If they're able to pick off a few players in the next round, it's certainly better than just throwing themselves at the brick wall of that B site.
think that's a pretty good decision here from Triumph as well,
Yeah.
just falling back, not re-aggressing. They know that this round, had they gone for that and lost their upgrade pistols, this round, or were they upgrade pistols?
What, in the last round?
Yeah, I blinked for a half moment there.
Yeah, they had
Yeah,
a few
they-
deagles to seize
yeah,
the
exactly.
scout.
Yeah, I was wondering if we saw an SMG or anything. I blinked for a hot moment. but yeah, obviously they knew that they were gonna be on an eco for this one if they didn't hold on to those weapons. So it's way better. Ooh, way better holding on to the weapons. Asa needs to be careful here. Nice double tag with the scout through the half wall.
Yep, certainly not bad. I mean, Triumph, they won't know they've done that damage, but 100 Thieves definitely do. And they'll need to be careful around these pistols as he is susceptible to a little bit of a tag. Quick kill would always be nice for the Triumph side here if they can find an opening and get away scot-free, exactly like that. Ryan is doing for a little bit more. Maybe should have just gotten out of there as he's going to get pushed by Jacob and Liaz, and they will finish him off. And now trying to push in towards the site.
Oh
No!
my God.
In the smoke, Moose is able to knife Grat. And I mean, as much as the humiliation is worth, that's an extra $1,500 for him. And look at Penny as well. No, not again, Penny. Not like this.
It's the second time. That must feel so bad.
Yeah, I mean, damage done already, though. They still have a chance here, the Triumph side, to try and get back into this round. A couple of MAC-10s. They've got a 3-on-2. The bomb is planted towards A, and Liaz is going to try and go aggressive to catch Sheikh Zul. And that flashbang is perfect from Jacob. And that leaves Junior all on his lonesome. No armor, just a scout to try and wield against these two. Misses a shot, and now he's lost his life. As 100 Thieves, they'll close out the 2-on-3 there. Jacob and Liaz putting those Triumph players into bed.
So again, as you pointed out, Penny falling a little bit short. Again, perhaps getting there a split second too late. And at that point, you got to be wondering, is it better to have trigger discipline or to try and land a weird shot? He went for the weird shot as he did last time. He missed once again. But that move there on the aggression over on the porch side, that's exactly what you need to do when you're outnumbered.
Yeah,
you need
that was
to try and bring
perfect.
the aggression towards your opponents. They did it brilliantly with a well-timed flashbang. Really good play there.
Yeah, and that for the flashbang was just, as you say, sublime from Jacob. And 100 Thieves. They get away with that last round. Sheikh Zul just about getting through the Molotov to safety as Penny will cover his back. 2 quick kills on the FAMAS, and probably lucky that he dropped the smoke right at his feet as the Molotov comes flying through. He is still going to get spammed down by the AKs, but he's held them back for a long time. Goes 2 for 1. Gives his team a nice little chance of this round to find an 8th and try and close things back up to the 100 Thieves before they're able to extend out too much of an advantage in this second half.
This is a little bit awkward. They're trying to boost inside of the smoke. Yeah, that's exactly what I was worried about. Oh, no. Yeah.
Yeah, you hate to see it.
Yeah, that's so rough. If you go for a boost inside the smoke there, if you miss it the first, even the second time, I think they missed it 2 times before they actually landed that boost. If you miss it that many times, give it up. Because at that point, your opponents, they already have position on you. They've probably already pushed in quite far.
Yeah.
I feel like that was a little bit of a bad move there. And that, I think that's where like the experience on 100 Thieves comes into play.
Yeah.
They probably wouldn't make those calls. Triumph, still a great team, don't get me wrong. And they still have like a couple of very experienced players on their team. Ryan and Moose, they've played Counter-Strike for quite some time. But obviously quite a bit more experience on the 100 Thieves side. Obviously a lot more experience in the bigger leagues as well. So I'm not going to chuck it down to pressure here for Triumph, because I think they're actually pretty relaxed in this one. They don't really have a lot to fight for.
No.
And this is more about them showing what they're capable of doing.
Yeah.
And that first half for them here on Inferno is actually a really good tell on that.
Yeah, I agree with the sort of showing what they're capable of, because this season as a Pro League has been a real sort of almost a stepping stone for them, and they've sort of built up a big sort of community of fans around them, off of some sort of this sort of like online era, so to say. I think Grim had a big factor in that early on, but obviously has now moved to Liquid, and yeah, I mean they're bottom of the league, 0 wins, but some good performances. And hello, Bacon gets a face full of Ryan there as he comes through the smoke. Right, just on these pistols, a single M4 for Moose as they try and hold back the 100 feet players. As Moose does get one from the balcony. Now repositioned himself towards the pit, looking for a little bit more. We'll finish off Azza, and well, as Jacob rounds over the graveyard, we'll finish him off. And Penny, how about a penny for your forts? As looking at 1 versus 3, a nice opening onto Liaz there, gives a bit of hope for him. He's gonna look for a little bit more. Careful, 100 Thieves. It's only Jacob now left in a 1v1 against Penny, AK in hand, but it will be Jacob who does close it down. And I need to sneeze.
This is so rough from Triumph, though. Let's be real. Like, to manage to bring it back and make it, like, pretty much tie it out in that first half, pull out the 8-7, 7 in their favor. This is a bad start to the second half, and potentially even a bad end to this first map. They haven't found a round yet. It's been 5 rounds in a row here for 100 Thieves. And 100 Thieves, they don't look like they want to slow down anytime soon. So Penny was pretty close to getting something going there in that clutch potential in the previous round, but I feel like this is going to be tough here in the last moments, potentially last moments of this match, or map rather.
Yeah, yeah, 6 rounds down. Another buy through at least. They've gotten double AWPs, Junior and Shakes. Wheel both of those, and a little bit of a contest towards Banana that Shakes is going to be able to win out. Penny with a bit of assistance. There we go. Shut down the B approach. That is nice work from the Triumph side. Now they just need to clean up this round. Just Jacob and JKS to find. Just Jacob and JKS to find as... There we go. Junior finishes him off. Bit of an awkward spray there. Jacob does win it out, though, against Ryan, and... now it's just Mr. Savage himself. 1 versus 4. I mean, if you could do something here, would be spectacular.
It's a nice shot.
Yeah, certainly. And taking down the AWP. Penny catches him with a nade in his hand, and that's an easy shot for Penny to secure. Even recovers the AWP as well. So Triumph, there is an 8th on the board. They keep a few players alive, and that's probably the minimum. 3 is about the minimum you'd want surviving a round, just to keep the economy at a decent point and allow yourself the rebuys.
Finally, the 8th round on the board here for Triumph. But to put it into perspective, it was 4-0 in the favor of Triumph. That means that 100 Thieves have gotten 13 rounds after the last, or out of the last 17. That's insane. Ryan, yeah. That's a nice double. Got them still towards Asa as well. Penny needs to be incredibly careful. He's sitting inside the smoke, and eventually he does get taken down. Again, JKS, he's so good on pushing towards Arch, but he always forgets there's a potential of a second player.
Yeah, and well, now it's into a 2-on-2. Ryan really do not want to let this one slip. They do not want to let 100 Thieves get to 14 here, and Moose. Oh no, the flashbang from Azza is so good. It completely blinds him up, and now that leaves Ryan 11 HP, 2 kills already to his name. And I think he's just going to save this AWP.
I think. Go ahead. Sorry.
I was just going to say I sort of agree with that. I mean, 2 kills to farm with the AWP. They're just going to completely obliterate him if he tries to push in.
But yeah, I think this matchup, like 100 Thieves in this matchup, they've already shown us. So if we have any matchmaking heroes or ESEA heroes out there, make sure that you pay attention to how important flashbangs actually are. We've already seen it quite a few times here from 100 Thieves. They've pop flash teammates out to go for aggression or to just go for a peek and find a frag on it.
Yeah.
So if you're one of those, I know a couple of matchmaking heroes back when I used to play a lot. I used to be a bit of a matchmaking hero myself, but I've always been like a huge support player. I don't rack up like a high number in kills, but I'm pretty good at setting up my teammates. But I always see people, if you ask for flash, they just look around like, what are you talking about? Flash? What is that? Like, you got to make sure you utilize your utility in the best possible way to set up your teammates and give you a chance of succeeding in the rounds. And 100 Thieves, they've done that brilliantly time and time again.
Yeah. Also, just want to point out, Penny, 23 kills, 17 deaths. Second highest in the server, despite the 6-round lead that the 100 Thieves currently reside in. And of course, as you probably could have guessed, Gratisfaction, 26. Has slowed down a little bit, though, in the second half.
Yeah, he got the ace in the pistol for the second half,
Yeah.
bringing him up to 23. So 3 kills in the last, how many? 7 rounds now. That's not amazing. But he's still up there, so
Yeah.
who cares?
Yeah, he put in the legwork in the first half. He's going to relax for a little bit and allow his teammates to sort things out for the rest of this game. As 1-for-1 towards Banana. Does leave the 100 Thieves in a decent position here. If we get the kill on towards Shake Zilla, that flashbang is no good. As it walks in to the sight lines and is immediately dropped. Body crumples to the floor. Triumph side have a chance at 9th now.
Pretty good chance for it in this one at least. A 2-on-3 situation over towards B bomb site could potentially be an issue, and Ryan, he gets caught out in the middle of nowhere. Shake, Sulla. Oh no, a bit of a flick there. That was actually very good aerial movement by Jakim, causing him to miss that flick shot. JK is watching for the flank as well, taking care of Moose. Now it's going to be all on Junior. He should really be saving this one. But then again, like, he gotta save it. You gotta be asking yourself, is there any chance of them bringing this one back with 7 rounds in a row to bring it into OT? I don't think so, but there's no reason to throw the AWP away and give you absolutely 0 chance of doing it.
Yeah, you need the ult for the next round. There's just no way otherwise. You see the cash for them. They are on max loss bonus. Hooray. They get about 30, well, they get 3,400 in to each of the players. But, I mean, Junior can drop an M4, get a couple nades up for himself. Moose can buy with an M4 and a couple nades. Yeah, it's going to be SMGs, FAMASs in those ranks. As Shake Zilla does get the MP9, Ryan will probably just go for a FAMAS. Actually goes for an MP9 instead, dropped over by a teammate. So, it's not a complete mess of a buy. Those 2 SMGs certainly going to hurt. Just depends whether they can actually hurt the 100 Thieves side.
To put it into perspective real quick, we pointed out that Inferno was probably the best chance Triumph had in this one. Looks like they might be losing it now. And second map in this series is going to be Dust 2. 100 Thieves have a pretty good record on that one. It's going to be tough here for Triumph.
Yeah, it's all falling apart. Triumph,
Yeah,
all they have
exactly.
is 2 players who do actually pick up a kill apiece, Junior and Penny, but, I mean...
Junior's so low, though.
Yeah, still wielding the ult, probably the best bet with 4 HP. Penny's looking for something just to assist, but JKS is hearing all of those steps, and good luck. This is 16-8 as a nade comes flying in. 100 Thieves, they do secure the first map, Inferno, 16-8 over Triumph. It was a very clean second half, only dropping 1 out of the 8 they found. Sorry, 1 out of the 9 that were played, rather. I don't know why I said 1 out of the 8 they found. Yeah, 1 out of the 9 that were played in that second half. A very clean half. And, well, Triumph, they've got an uphill battle going into Dust 2. That's for sure.
It's not going to be easy for them on that one. Again, it is a pretty good map for 100 Thieves. It's their map choice. They have a clean record in the last 3 months with 3 times played. And Triumph, they've only played it twice, both of those times against Cloud9. They won one, a very narrow victory, and then lost pretty substantially in the previous. So we'll see how that pans out, though.
Yeah, and we'll be back after a short break, so don't go anywhere. See if Triumph can bounce back in this series and try and take 100 Thieves to a third map.
With the right CPU, you can turn any game from familiar to phenomenal. Unleash the potential in all your gaming with Intel 10th Gen processors. With its optimal balance of threads, cores, and frequency to deliver elite real-world performance, only Intel can bring Marvel's Avengers to life with in-game PC optimizations. Supercharge your Marvel's Avengers experience with Intel Core i5, i7, and i9 processors.
What's your style? Get your merch at shop.eslgaming.com.
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
What you finna do? No defense, I'll buy it if I want it. I'm going supersonic, come on, beg for it. Alright, okay. Running out of luck, too much in my cup. Nishi, run it up. Why you always tripping like you top? Cause you not my team pop. Shawty, I know. Why you always tripping like you top? Cause you not my team pop. My team pop. Huh. Who really got the block, huh? Sipping to rock in a cop car, huh? They say they wanna party with us, 12 and how much be that poofy, it's a la, huh? My feature price bigger than your bank account. You talk about it, but don't show us that about. These boys only flexing with that allowance. We swimming in the shower. I'm only f***ing you if your toes cute. Brown skin, goddamn, that's my soul food. I'm winning for the record, check your memo, bro. Generation of destruction, you'll remember us. LSD used to do promethazine. I'm only THC, NSC is minolene. We no longer up next on top. Like your girl when she counted my checks. There's no defense, I'll buy it if I want it. I'm going supersonic, come on, beg for it. Alright, okay. Running out of luck, too much in my cup. Nishi, run it up. Why you always tripping like you top? Cause you not my team pop. Shawty, I know. Why you always tripping like you top? Cause you not my team pop. My team pop.
Was in the field, realized I could make it. Sacrificed all my time towards greatness. Been alone in the dark, isolated. And my dreaming isn't real, what separates me. I never know it's coming my way, yeah. Cold out of stone, stay out of my lane, yeah. Leave me alone, this is my moment. Finally found what lights up my fire. When I'm taking it home, I'm stepping it up to another level. Time moving faster than ever before. They don't really know about honesty, but they don't really grow. Honestly, I cannot be stuck constantly. Consciously is a part of me. And I'll never know what's coming my way. Yeah, cold out of stone, stay out of my lane. Yeah, leave me alone. This is my moment. Finally found what lights up my fire. Yeah. Black sheep, black sheep, black sheep, black sheep. I don't even write no more, man.
Tell him, yo,
God.
Can't you come over?
On my conscious shit commando. Yeah. Pulling up with clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo. I'm gon' need me a benzo. No fake friends, no pretend. No. Think I might have found my tempo. Posted up in my tempo. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Lose it. Niggas get substituted. Nigga, you're not recruited. Cause you're too damn scared to use it. The truth is, you're useless. What? I'm ruthless. Yeah, I've proved this. Keep capping, I'ma leave you toothless. What? You're so dumb to choose this. Yeah. Ain't gone outside, I make it work. I'm in my bag, that's every purse on my back. Is that your girl? She got an ass, she make it twerk. And why you mad? I got here first. You say you rap, you got a verse. I say that's whack, you probably hurt. Back to the lab, you gotta search. On my conscious shit commando. Yeah. Pulling up with clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo. I'm gon' need me a benzo. No fake friends, no pretend. No, think I might have found my tempo. Posted up in my tempo. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it.
Why are these boys so stupid? Counting me out now, I'm counting my money. I'm probably gon' cop me a new wrist. Y'all gon' think I'm a nuisance. New style, know me, who this? Yeah, bitch, I made some improvements. Me and the gang been bowling. Your shawty gon' think we the coolest. Alizé say we got clips. We bout to make it a movie. I make a hit I can't miss. Damn, the charts might sue me. The way I be stacking my chips, stack it up. Probably the bank gon' sue me. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid, cause your mans can't fool me.
On my conscious shit commando. Pulling up with clips extendo. That's no game Nintendo. I don't ever run out of ammo.
I'm gon' need me a benzo. No fake friends, no pretend. Yo, think I might have found my tempo. Posted up in my tempo. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Watch your man go dumb, go stupid. If you're the best, then prove it. Got no words, be quiet, stay moving. I got a bag, won't lose it. Yeah. Ay, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard, yeah. I'm killing your favorite rapper, it's minimum effort. Yeah, your corpse getting severed. The industry dry, it's a desert. Do whatever it is that you think that you're doing, I'm doing it better. Straight double use, that's my letter. Don't got no snakes, only ladders, ayy. They tryna figure out what's on our plate. Infinity sideways, we already ate. Skipping this basic, skipping this classes. Stay out of trouble, now I can relate. Nevertheless, again, I'm doing great. I just finished this thing, ain't no debate. You ain't my dog, you ain't my family, and sure as hell, you're not my mate. Yeah, I take my place at the summit. I can't wait till we counting them hundreds. I cannot lie, I ain't rich, yeah, but when I say my time coming, it's coming. And some of y'all got ahead of me, to be honest, I wasn't even running. But very soon I'ma run it. I demand it, man, I want it. Push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard, ayy. They not gon' like this. Don't like surprises. I cause a crisis. Man, I'm a scientist. With the music, I spice things. Up to my liking. Man, I want nice things, nice things. This not an AK, it's a Uzi. I pull up and shoot it to movie. I'm chasing the bag, not a coochie. Cut ties with the fake, now it's Gucci. Word of my niggas from the 021. You count 6 shots and I count 2 guns. Some people still think I rap just for fun, but soon they look up to me just like the sun. Yeah, you can come over here. Swear it's like no career. Swear you got no idea. Soon you'll have no career. Take a good look in the mirror. They need to know that I'm here. Don't you act like it ain't clear. Yeah, push start, ayy. Ball so hard, ayy. Raise the bar, ayy. Turn into a star, ayy. Play my part, yeah. I aim too far. I do it big. I keep it large, okay. Live it up. Cause it's fake, better give it up. Young, but I feel like I've seen enough. Numbers going up, better keep it up. Ain't slowing down, better live it up. About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. What? About too hard, ayy. About too hard.
Hello and welcome back. We are live with the second map between Triumph and 100 Thieves. And it was an early win for the 100 Thieves on Triumph's map pick. We'll see whether he can bounce back now on Dust 2. Joining me again is Beat. How are you doing again?
Let me give you a quick prediction. It's not going to happen.
Okay. Well, that's quick. 2-0 prediction,
that.
400 Thieves there from Jeez, and I'm on board with him. I think Triumph, they lost their chance on that first map. It's a pretty good first half that they showed, but yeah, it was it slipped away from them in that second half, and now it is going to be Triumph. And just hold the line on this pistol round. They are on the CT side. It is 100 Thieves pushing fast in towards this A site, using short as their entry point. And they have one player on the lurk towards the B site, but it's Gratisfaction who's going to be able to open things up on A. Penny shakes Zula. Now finding a little bit of damage. Penny and Moose actually want to find the kills. And it will be Gratisfaction and Liaz now to try and defend this site. That's shutting them down towards long. Gets one kill. Probably needed a little bit more there. Gratisfaction can still find this round, especially as he takes down Moose. Leaves 100 Thieves. Leaves himself in a 1v1. Surely Ryan doesn't try and go for the Cali here. He has a little bit of an attempt, but as he pushes forward with the kit, no armor. Gratisfaction. You have to finish him off and continue in the form from the previous map. Who else would it be to close out a 1 versus 2 on the pistol round?
Yeah, exactly. Gratisfaction, he's been shining tremendously in 100 Thieves, and he's been doing that for quite some time. And honestly, I've had a look out for Gratisfaction for so long. He's such a solid player, and all throughout he's fairly consistent. Like, oh, what just happened? That looked like it was full sprint as well.
Well, no way for him to win a clutch out this round. He's dead.
Oh my.
Oh dear. Well, that's the punishment coming through. Trying to quickly secure themselves an opening with this force by the scout of Ryan. And the missed smoke actually onto the little corner of the door there.
And that shouldn't happen. That's like the easiest smoke to land.
Yeah. Oh well. They'll divert their attention instead. They'll head out towards long. You know what? Screw mid. Didn't want to go there anyway. Now, 100 Thieves. They are a man down, obviously. Gratisfaction getting clattered through the mid doors. They'll set up smoke to cover the cross. Goodbye, Junior. A flashbang from Azza allows Jacob a pretty quick shot. Shake Zula. Is he going to go for a push through the smoke here? Is he going to try and just look for someone peering their head over the top of the ledge? He's just going to hold the line for the moment, wait for his teammates to rotate in. Doesn't want to give up the even advantage that they have. That smoke on towards the catwalk. Usually seen by T's trying to push in towards the site. This time it's a CT trying to get back in and boost. Ryan's going to take a little bit of damage. And Hunter with the kill on towards Shakes. They are just going to back away. Save these weapons into the next round of 3-on-4 is not going to go their way.
I actually quite like that that attempt there with the boost above the smoke. Unfortunately, it's something that we've seen before, and due to that, as I pointed out, 100 Thieves, they have a lot of experience, so they've definitely seen it before. Also, they've watched a lot of demos, of course. During this online time, their coaches every single coach they've had a lot of time to watch demos, of course, and help out the team with setting up like anti-strats for retakes and all that good stuff. And seeing as it's something we've seen before, we saw a bit of a delayed spray coming through the smoke, which actually dealt a decent amount of damage onto Ryan. Ryan did catch an insane shot early in that round, so we got to give him props for that. As I said, I think he was more or less in full sprint for that one. But 100 Thieves starting off strong, and as we pointed out, as long as 100 Thieves takes the victory over Triumph, 100 Thieves are secured a spot in the playoffs, and there's absolutely no chance for KS to make it through.
Certainly, and well, he's been locked up in this one, as is just gung-ho in towards CT. Couple kills for him on the MAC-10. Now, I'll try out 2 Deagles. That's all they have to work with. Just try and hold them in towards his B site. Penny moves. Can they find any damage to the 100 Thieves here? Gratisfaction's going to be pushing forwards. Out towards the door, actually, from Grat. Lets him walk in towards the site. He can't find the shots, though. Spray isn't there, and Penny will nail him with the Deagle. Not that they really want to try and carry him back 10 in towards the next round. It's more just about keeping the armor that they have alive.
Real quick, just to clear up, I see the chat is coming after me for saying that Gratisfaction is consistent. I want to save myself a little bit here. I'm not going to be backtracking because he is consistent, but what I mean about consistency is not necessarily that you're ranking in like a top performance every single game. It just means that you're dealing a lot of damage every single round, and you have a high impact in every single game. And looking at it at his HLTV page, I can see that that is actually true. So just want to pat myself on the back for that one. I guess that's what I'm doing here.
You're wrong, giving yourself a little pat on the back, as 100 Thieves will probably pat themselves on the back for that hit towards Long. They get themselves a 3-on-2, and passing through the smoke, Junior and Jacob. Now Jacob has a huge chance here for a double. He fires off a little early, though, and will only tag down Ryan. Triumph have themselves a chance to get in towards this A site, but that Molotov will hold them back. And I think with that, now just going to go for the save. Jacob long range will finish off what he started. Lil cuts him down as he tries to escape. Junior's just going to try and hold on to this AWP. Very nice AWP as well. Hopefully skin that.
Chase coming through. Asa goes down. We still have Jacob on a chase through T-Spawn. That's a nice shot from Junior. Good catch on that one. So a lot of money here in the hands of 100 Thieves, which is why they decide to go for that chase.
Yeah.
Because it is obviously expensive losing 2 players in a situation like that, but they're still sitting on so much money that it doesn't really matter all that much losing those players. Obviously, holding on to the money is always the better idea, but could they take that AWP away from Junior? It would have been preferred. They failed to do so, but it doesn't necessarily mean like a massive deal that they didn't manage to take the orb away from him. It's only really all been played here for Triumph. Well, and a Deagle.
Yeah, it's a Deagle that could find, or could have found a little bit of damage. As it's 3-on-3, 100 Thieves are looking towards the A site yet again. This time they do not have the advantage, and Junior with the orb. Oh, he could have found damage, but instead it's Penny, and that's the bomb dropped as well. There is plenty of time for 100 Thieves to work with, but Penny with the MP9 can now make 100 Thieves nervous, especially as he finds a second spot to the third head, and Penny with the MP9, a sublime free cape, and he will put Triumph on the board. And all it took was the MP9. And 100 Thieves, much like the reverse of the first map, it is Triumph who win it out with the low buy after 4 rounds of play.
Yeah, that's like a mirror of what we saw on Inferno. On Inferno, it was Triumph getting the 4-0, and then 100 Thieves winning a bit of a min buy round. This is the exact opposite. 4-0 for 100 Thieves, and then a very solid min buy victory here for Triumph. And we do have a bit of a technical timeout getting called here. Just have a quick second to see if I can figure out what that is.
Yeah, hopefully it's nothing like the first map where we had a bit of a delay, had to switch servers. Hopefully we can get running pretty soon here.
Yeah, we don't have a reasoning for the tech yet. It was Junior calling it, and apparently he didn't tell his teammates exactly why. So, yeah, he just confirmed that he spilled water.
The classic, get the spare mouse pad out. Hopefully it's not gone on any of the peripherals. I assume not, considering it's a... we're getting straight back into things here. Pretty short one. There's always a danger when people spill drinks that it is gonna, you know, maybe a bit leaks into the PSU of the computer around the back of the desk, or goes into the mouse of the keyboard and just messes things up. Water, generally though, on the desk is sort of harmless.
Yeah, like the worst thing that happens is that it hits something and you turn it off and you dry it out. It's worse if you spill like
fizzy
a
drinks
soda,
or something. Yeah,
soda of some sort.
Because that
'Cause
dries
then
and
sticks
it's
and gotta hate that.
Yeah, it's always awkward. And 100 Thieves in this round have given themselves a quick double opening. Penny and Moose to fall. Aggression through mid that gets punished, and now Satisfaction, he's already secured himself 2 on the orb. But Junior, he wants a piece of the action as well. Finding one on towards JKM through those double doors. That's the bomb dropped in a position where they're going to have to go forwards for it. JKS does recover it, but Mr. Savage can't stay alive either as Junior's AWP finds enough. And look at Shakezilla. His position is beautiful. Takes down Gratisfaction with the push through the mid doors. And 100 Thieves, they were already trying to get themselves in towards the A site, but now they have to go back all the way to mid. Liaz and Azza all that remain to try and save the 100 Thieves in this round. The double opening from Grat. All gone in the wind. As Liaz finds one, Junior over the top of the smoke is up. It does connect for a 3rd kill. Bit of a tag there, but Liaz, a nice shot towards Shakes towards top mid. Leaves him 30 seconds on the clock in a 1v1, and he's going to dart over towards those long doors. Going to try and get the bomb planted on A. Junior. Which way is he going to go? He's going to go through CT. Going to try and cut, trying to cut him off on this rotation over, and he will. Nice work from Junior. 4 kills in the round. Secures a second for Triumph, but only just.
See a bit of a chat in the chat about the coach for 100 Thieves. So just to give you guys an idea of what's going on here, we still have Chet coaching for 100 Thieves. So I see some of you guys talking about a rumor going on that he was going to be stepping down from coaching. I haven't personally seen that. Saw that it came out like a couple of hours ago anyway. Obviously, I didn't have time to catch it at that point. But he is on the server currently, so there you have it. Good stuff there from Triumph. Nice idea to make the move, or good timing, I should say, to make the move down towards middle and take that peek up towards the car position. 100 Thieves are now going to be on a fairly limited buy. Only Deagles. They don't really have any utility remaining. We do have JKM on the Kevlar, but that's about it. Saving the most of their money to make sure they can buy up for the next one.
Yeah. And, I mean, this is the possibility of 100 Thieves securing this map 2-0, or sorry, in this series 2-0 rather. If they can pick up Dust 2 here, and it is their own map pick as well. There's the Secured Inferno, the pick of Triumph. 16-8 that one was. The Triumph not really putting on the show they would have hoped for, as Moose takes a peek in towards the mid or CT from the site, finds one, but it's the pistols from 100 Thieves that are doing damage. They've managed to whittle things into a 2v2. They've got weapons collected as well. Jacob, with the armor, takes a peek towards CT, tags down Shakes, and will put him on just 20 points of health. This is difficult now for Triumph. This is not what they hoped for. This should have been a pretty clean round. This should have been then cleaning up a bit of these 100 Thieves players and securing a nice bit of cash in reserve. But now things are very difficult. Jacob posted toward the tunnels as well, watching for that peak. Finishes off what he started. Leaves it all on Penny. 1 versus 2. And Jacob, with that up, gets himself a second. 100 Thieves, they fight back. What are you going to say?
That's pretty sick there from 100 Thieves. I was kind of biting my nails there for a hot moment because I saw that Jacob, he had the Kevlar. He was wielding the AWP. JKS is actually pretty decent on the AWP, so wouldn't be a bad idea to have him on it either. I think he's actually the secondary AWP for 100 Thieves, if I'm not completely mistaken. I know that chat will definitely correct me on that one, if I'm wrong. But JKS didn't have Kevlar, so to have him on the AWP would probably have been a pretty decent idea in that situation, but it's also tough because you're in a 2-on-2. You gotta be ready for your opponents, like whenever they want to push in, so you can't really be sitting there swapping weapons at that point.
Oh, and get ourselves into the next round. 100 Thieves. Got the full buy up. JKS in a bit of an awkward position. Being pushed from a few different angles. Molotov behind him allows him to face forwards and get a couple kills. But Sheikh Zullet will finish him off with a deagle. That's an M4 they can pick up. Moose will collect that one as the 100 Thieves, as we get a nice little camera from above. Do get the bomb planted. Triumph are even going to go for anything in this round here. They've got, what, 2 deagles, M4, no armor. Looks like the deagles are just posting up to try and find a bit of damage, as the 100 Thieves players will probably try and exit the site. Sheikh Zullet. He's going to try and peek in, but the opportunity's gone. They've all exited out towards long, and 100 Thieves, that's 6 on the board. They start recovering in this game. A couple of rounds here for them. Pushed it onto a 6-2 scoreline. Triumph, they look like they might be able to fight back. Similar fashion to how 100 Thieves did in that first map of Inferno. 100 Thieves have stopped them short. They are realists. I don't believe in fantasies.
And furthermore, they are the realist in this one as well. Obviously, as we pointed out, they are the favorites, and they're doing pretty well to show that. A bit of a struggle bus there towards the later stages of the first half, but they're bringing it back. And JKS, that's a nice shot, fully blinded through the smoke. Asa finds one through the smoke. Junior trying his best to find anything at all. He's forced to go for the repeat through that molly. He actually called for the smoke, but it came out a little bit too late. Eventually, he goes down. Junior did manage to find a kill before he got taken out, but... Ooh, the timing on that nade?
A little bit of damage, yeah.
Went a little bit too far, I think.
Yeah. I mean, it's all up towards Moose and Ryan, and look at Liaz on this flank! Oh, that is beautiful. He's going to find the kill on towards Moose, and that leaves Ryan on his lonesome 1 versus 3 to try and bring something Triumph's way. There's another kill, looking for more. The third can't quite find Azza. In the Molotov, he stands and fights, and Ryan is able to find 3. But that was close. That was very close. 100 Thieves breaking out in cold sweats there as he found himself a triplet of kills, and, well, it's still a 7th for the 100 Thieves, but Triumph, they're going to keep the 100 Thieves a little bit honest.
Those kills were so clean. The first kill was more or less a 180 headshot, which was ridiculous in itself. And had he died after that, wouldn't have been that big a deal. I would still given him a pat on the back. But the second frag, jumping up on the box there and taking one guy out while making sure he couldn't get spotted from any other angle. Third kill was pretty ridiculous as well. Great stuff, like real good attempt. But we got to be thinking about the numbers at the top of your screen, okay?
The numbers,
it's 7-2. Yeah. It's tough here for Triumph, and that's what we expected for this one. They are the underdogs. This is a really good match for 100 Thieves. It is going to be an uphill struggle the entire way through. And we're already seeing signs of that, and I don't think it's going to get any easier here for Triumph.
I think someone in the chat just asked if I've got a Scottish accent.
I don't hope they were asking me, though, because, like, my accent isn't even English, so I don't know.
Yeah, that's why I'm assuming it's me. No, it is not Scottish. Sorry to disappoint if you are a Scottish fanatic, but hold off on the accents for a moment, because Penny and Moose and Ryan, they're finding a little bit of form towards mid. A quick triplet of kills come through between them, and that's put 100 Thieves in a bit of an awkward position. With JKS trying to get his way in towards the B side. It is vacated of Triumph players. Rat and him are going to have to try and secure themselves a 2-on-4 here. Coming through the tunnels, JKS. Did he spot them out there? Was he just missing the timing? He has spotted them out now. Can't find the kills, but Grat finds 2. Make it 3. How has he done this? A collateral with the AWP. Leaves it 1v1 against Moose. And playing around this Xbox, can he find the shots needed? He spots out Moose, trying to get a little cheeky, but 4 is all he can find. And it will be Moose securing the final kill, putting Triumph on 3 as they secure an eco round. Well, I say eco round, they did bring in an AWP, but it was pistols around it, and Triumph, holy hell, a lot of heroics coming out from both these sides at the moment. Grat, Gets the collateral towards the tunnel. Is able to find a quick shot as well onto the third. Not quite able to close it down there. JKS needed to at least find one in that situation.
I don't know, like, that round kind of got me at a loss of words, honestly. It looked like a clean-cut round, and then it wasn't, and then it was. Like, I'm so confused at that round.
Yeah, I mean, that B site is such a fortress when you're defending it as a T player.
That's true.
Yeah, it's... You can often put up a lot of high frags in that situation. Shame JKS wasn't able to find anything. Mr. Savage just thought, you know what, Grat, I'll let you take this one. I believe in you. And it must have been the pressure getting towards him. And Grat, there we go. Good team in the form. He's looked so good this series as they push in towards, say, site 5 on 4 for them. Shakezilla, secondary up. We saw him use it on Inferno to mix results. JKS does just about get that kill. Probably took a fair few bullets more than he'd hoped for in that one. Right, does eventually land, and now 100 Thieves, they are just trying to clean out house here. Just 3 players are trying to remain, but Moose gonna make sure they pay for trying to take these guns away.
Gratisfaction taking care of Moose. Moose only finding one for that one. Shake. Good positioning here, but... Ooh, Gratisfaction dying. That helps Shake out massively. But another round on the board here for 100 Thieves. And now Triumph, they gotta pull something out of the good old bag, like we saw on Inferno. On Inferno, it was 4-0 favoring Triumph, then 8 rounds in a row for 100 Thieves to make it 4-8. And then Triumph managed to bring it back to make it an 8-7.5. So, I mean, there's still slight hope, because I didn't think there was much hope on Inferno, and they proved me wrong on that one. There is still slight hope on this one, but obviously a bit of a better map here for 100 Thieves, so it's obviously not going to be easy. I'm certainly hoping that we get to see at least 5 rounds on the CT side here for Triumph.
Yeah, I think 5 rounds minimum needed for Triumph here, as the debate continues about what my accent is in the chat. I'm assuming, because I think we've established yours is Danish. JKS has established that Ryan is dead with that headshot, but for those who are really interested, it is North English. I'm from the north of England. So that's maybe why I'm being confused with Welsh and Scottish, but certainly I'm neither of those.
I swear, chat is weird sometimes, man. We have a banger of a game, and all they care about is our accents. I don't understand.
Well, hopefully Triumph can make it a bit more of a banger of a game, as they're sort of being punished in this round. 5 on 3. And no!
It's like the 4th time now.
That one was just so unfortunate. Goes for the shot, and just as he takes the shot, they slightly move Junior. Scope team can't even see Jakim jump to his right. Shame, as now it's Moose all on his lonesome, and 100 Thieves, they're going to secure a 9th.
Yeah, obviously not a whole lot left for him to do in this one. We do have another hunt coming through, and this time around 100 Thieves don't actually have a whole lot of money to do that with, but with Jakim taking Moose down without losing his life, that helps out massively. 100 Thieves, 3 players staying alive is going to keep that money going upwards, trending upwards. And obviously, furthermore, Triumph is going to be a little bit limited for this round. I said I wanted to see 5 rounds for the first half in favor of Triumph.
Let's see. I know they've got the pistols. They've been sort of effective with them.
That's true.
So, well, that's a lot of early damage. Get some flex seal on that bad boy, because Leaz and Jacob, they're down on less than 20 points of health for third nade. As I was going to say, if it comes in, it would be beautiful, but it does come in. Shakezilla will finish off Jacob, who tried to stick around to hold them back, but it's lost his life. And Penny, oh, there we go. Gets one, can't quite find the shots with the Deagle to find any more, but Ryan's going to swing in. P250 in hand, leaves it all up towards Grata. 1 versus 4. Once again with this all up towards B site. Can he hold them back? He tried to go for the plant, a little peek out, gets the fake through, and now they're just going to push him down. He needs to find the shots, but Shakezilla around the side will punish him, and Triumph, there you go. Another eco round coming through, and what is going on? This is...
madness.
This is too much for me.
Yeah, it's absolute madness. Scenes, man. Scenes. Isn't that what you say in the UK?
It is absolute scenes. It's a banger. Barn burner. All we need now is some dual Berettas.
It's a ting, man.
No.
I don't know.
That's for
the
that's
weird thing.
No, ting is it is a saying in the UK.
It's
Probably
for a side girl or something, right?
Sorry?
It's mostly for your side girl or something, right? I don't know.
I'm not too in with Amanda, so I don't know. That's another little word for the Brits out there.
I don't know either. All I know is that Triumph somehow managed to pull out a 4th, and now it actually seems likely that they might get a 5th. But hey, nothing is set in stone. We could see 100 Thieves pull up the last 2, but we can also see both of them going to Triumph or split them. Anything is possible at this point in time. Triumph pulled it back somehow in that previous round. Is that the 3rd here on Dust 2 already, or is it only the 2nd? I think it might just be the 2nd. Either way, 100 Thieves are now going to be setting up for the mid to B split. This is a very traditional setup here on Dust 2, something we see time and time again. But look at this play from Moose.
How did you not realize?
Through the smoke. Oh, the flashbang coming through as well. He only catches one though, but Shake and Junior are there to help out. Shake finds another. The AUG in play.
Oh my lord. I don't... The 100 Thieves, I don't know what happened, because... was it JKS who was basically touching cloth with Moose in that smoke? Because, like, surely you realise, okay, it's taken me a long time to get through this smoke, and I've had to walk around something. That should not be happening. The flashbang, I don't know if it helps Moose out or makes things worse for him there. It's all just a bit of chaos in mid, and it's... well, it is Triumph who eventually come out on top with the kills coming through. But as we head into the last round, they've achieved that 5 rounds. Somehow. They've gotten the 5 on the board that you asked for.
And now, as I pointed out, there's actually a real good chance of them to make it 6, as they don't have a lot of money to work with, and Moose blinded through the smoke. He sprays, he prays, and it worked out fine. He finds a 3rd. Shake trying to shut it down here with that AUG once more. Acer all on his lonesome. Won't even get the 2nd as Ryan shuts him down from the tunnels. 6th round on the board here for Triumph. Again, they managed to pull it back towards the very end of that first half. Exactly what they did on, well, very, very close to what they did on Inferno. It looked like it was going mostly in the favor of 100 Thieves, but somehow Triumph still managed to get something done for this one.
Yeah, and a pretty manic end to the game. They're trying picking up quite a few eco rounds, and certainly that is a big bonus. Them 100 Thieves going to be feeling like they let quite a bit slip in that first half, as they'll be switching over towards the CT half. And also, people in chat still can't deal with the fact of accents. And I'm trying to guess where from the north I am. I've had Barnsley, Yorkshire, Grimsby. Big up Yorkshire. Nah, I'd never big up Yorkshire. Someone said the other caster is Swedish.
Yeah, I decided to ignore that because that's like an insult. We don't say stuff like that, okay?
Lancashire. Oh, God. This is horrible.
Yeah, I feel so bad for Chad. Chad has definitely lost it at this point, but who haven't lost it yet is Triumph, as they're still trying their absolute greatest to pull this one back. And they've done a pretty good job here towards the last couple of rounds in this first half, as said. 100 Thieves, we saw them, like, in that second half come out swinging like absolute madmen. And if they can pull that off, if they can pick up the pistol here, I feel like it's going to be incredibly tough for Triumph to bring it back. However, if Triumph pick up the pistol, there is still slight chance of them bringing this one back. We still got to remember, though, this map is a strong map for 100 Thieves, and they've looked pretty comfortable.
Yeah, and it is sort of a bit of a puggy map. If sort of to explain that, it's one way you can just sort of win out a lot with aim, and Triumph actually doing better than I expected in that regard. Which is why they've won out so many of these sort of the low econ buys, where they've just been able to sort of get behind and get under the skin of 100 Thieves and sort of pick up kills where they really shouldn't be. If it was any other map, this would be a very clean-cut victory for 100 Thieves, I think. But yeah, someone just said as well, UK accent's the most satisfying to hear, but the most fun one is Australian, and I can get behind that.
I agree that completely.
I can get behind that.
Like, the Australian casters are so funny to watch.
Yeah.
Like, legitimately, if you're not super into Counter-Strike and watching Counter-Strike commentary, watch Australian matches. They're so good at drawing you in, and like with weird banter and stuff like that. It's just great overall.
I think that's why IEM Sydney was such a big success, because they did get a couple of the Aussie casters on that one. Great opportunity for those guys, and it was a great tournament to watch. Just the Aussie fans as well, a great sort of atmosphere, great sort of group of people. I do love the Australians quite a lot, and yeah, totally agree with that statement.
Real quick, before we get too far into this one, I see that the freeze time, the halftime has just been unpaused, so we aren't going to be heading into that second half. But before we do so, I just want to remind you guys that 100 Thieves, they just need to take the victory over Triumph to make it through to playoff. If they fail to do so, however, it's on to Chaos. And Chaos are currently playing against Furia. Furia took the victory on that first map. But in the second map, Chaos are leading currently 15-10. So, I mean, I guess this is not over yet. Like, there's still a chance for Triumph. And it seems like Chaos are playing their, like, out of their absolute mind to try and see if they can make it to playoffs.
Yep, and well, 100 Thieves, they'll be certainly hoping they can take things 2-0. All they need to do is win at this, and it doesn't even matter what Chaos do. Is Jacob was hoping for a little bit of a cheeky trigger discipline play, but as they come around the corner, the second player does check. Now, up to 100 Thieves to try and retake this B bomb site, but a nice shot from Mr. Savage does give them a bit of hope. Penny, nice opening, and Ryan coming from behind. It's all coming Triumph's way now as they clean things up. They'll find a 7th and close things up a little bit to the 100 Thieves.
Yeah, good pick up with the pistol. As I pointed out, pretty important for them to pick up that pistol. They managed to do so. But now we got the scouts in play, and we know for a fact that Dust 2 is the, well, probably the best scout map in the entire map pool. Like, even with all the maps that are not in the current map pool, I'll probably say that this is the scout map. The scout map.
The definitive scout map. It's also the Mag 7 map. Jacob, he was proud with that weapon. As he'll make it his scout map as he finds an opening, make it a double with that weapon. As he looks for a little bit more, he can't stop fragging. Eventually, Junior will make him stop. Down boy. As he finally puts him to rest, but it's only Sheikh Zula and Junior. A 2 versus 3, and damage done. Strewn across the battlefield, the bodies lie. It's all up towards the two of them, an AK and a scout, to try and find something here. What do they do in this situation?
It's a good question, but I think they're actually doing the right thing now. So what they're currently doing is not necessarily, they're not necessarily doing a rotation. They're holding back and waiting for their opponents to think that they might have rotated to try and force them a little bit out of position here. And that molly is definitely going to help a little bit.
Yeah, now.
Up elevator.
Yeah, the double smokes as well. to enable the cross. They actually play him a little bit deeper than the default setup ones you can do. As Jacob, is he going to go for this? He's trying to shoot in towards the site, but with the Mag 7, not going to be able to penetrate the corner of that box. Sheikh Zula will instead rip his head off. 2v2 as Junior's up, as soon as Scout rather does collect the head of JKS, leaving Lee as a 1v1. As he finds the trade, tags onto Sheikh Zula, but can't find the shot. The AK will win that one out, and it will be Triumph just about securing the 8th there. A bit of a bloodbath, but they get it done.
Yeah, but again, as I mentioned, Dust 2, definitely the battleground of the Scouts. We saw 5 Scout kills in that round. That's pretty massive. 2 kills, obviously, on Junior, and then 3 kills on the 100 Thieves side of it for Asura. But yeah, Asura definitely.
Yeah, 3 Scout kills. Pretty nice.
Absolutely ridiculous.
And 100 Thieves, they're just left with pretty much base USPs. Flashbang for Azza. Try and give some sort of chance at a kill. But it's, well, that's a kill for the P250 of Lias, I guess. There's an opening, and oh no. Be careful, Triumph. That's the bomb drop top mid, and now the CTs are going to be hounding you. Sheikh Zula and Ryan, though, they are going to try and step things up, clean things out. Azza is able to secure a 3rd kill. And another costly round for the Triumph side, but they do find 9. They do tie things up.
Tied up 9 apiece. Obviously, we got to keep in mind that 100 Thieves managed to secure the victory on the first map, giving them a real good opportunity to secure a victory in this one in general. But if by some weird, I wouldn't say coincidence, but if somehow Triumph manage to bring this one back and potentially find a victory here on Dust 2, we do have a 3rd map in store, which would be
Mirage.
Mirage, if that happens, yeah. And Mirage is again an interesting one because like they're like stat-wise, they're pretty equal on that one actually. Obviously, 100 Thieves would still be the better team and should still close it out, but with how Triumph are playing and how they've managed to secure so many eco victories, I mean, anything is possible.
Yep, certainly, and that's a nice opening. That is exactly what Triumph wanted to get in towards this round, and look at the push from Penny. Oh, that is almost everything. Gets one. Will get shut down by JKS, but a lot of damage done. Triumph will sit themselves in that 4-on-3. Gratisfaction's up. Never one to shy away from a fight. At least not in this series. Does deal with that flank on towards short. The remaining Triumph players going to be pushing up through the long position, and Gratisfaction nails another 2 for him. Looking for a little bit more. Junior's up, going to get in towards the site, get that bomb down, and it's going to be a 3-on-2 retake for the 100 Thieves. But with JKS on just 20 points of health, if the Triumph side had a nade, that could have been a very difficult day for him, but luckily they do not. And look at Moose's position. He's pushed in towards CT. He knows that angle's clear. Junior only has to worry about long and short, and as they push forward, Moose is going to cover him for short and allow him to take the peak, but missed shots is going to lead to Junior going down. Gratisfaction and JKS will shut it down, and it will be 100 Thieves securing the 10th as the guns come out. 9 Triumph the lead in this game.
That's such a good retake from 100 Thieves. 3 players against 2 for the retake. And it's difficult to retake when you have that many players up on the short position and you still have a player on side. Because you can play around those boxes, but 100 Thieves, they played it very well to make sure they get up close towards the boxes as quickly as possible, given the opportunity to shut down any attempt from the player who was sitting on the side still. And at that point, leave that final player to deal with the leave the player who's still up on short to deal with that final player is what I'm trying to say. So really good retake here from 100 Thieves. They managed to pick up the first gun round for the second half, making it 10-9 in their favor. Bit of a pause coming through. It's a tactical from Triumph.
Yeah, they've not got much money to work with here. Shakezilla's bought up a couple of flashbangs. They'll keep the money around that 2.5k mark probably. But I'm expecting Penny maybe buys up a little bit unless they want to drop over an AWP in the next buy round, which they may decide to do here. As no point wasting the cash on a round like this when you're not going to have much chance of finding stuff despite the rounds that they found in the first half. Right. Junior's just glocked him down mid. JKS falls. At least he found 1 kill before he went down, and Shakezilla's been able to recover that AK. Jeez, is it going to be happening again? Our Triumph going to eco 100 Thieves to find a 10th. It would be too much for me.
Yeah, again, I'm kind of at a loss of words. I mean, obviously they've only gotten 1 kill here, but we've seen these eco rounds here from Triumph and how successful they've been time and time again. We saw it on Inferno. We've seen it a couple of times, maybe a triage of times here on Dust 2. Triumph pretty solid on their pistols. Gratisfaction is in a good position with the AWP here, though. Should be able to make something happen for this one. Obviously a good player to have in a position like this because he's very solid on his flicks. Saw that on Inferno. As I say that, he actually misses one. It takes some pretty good damage in the return.
Yep, then now they push in towards the A site, up through short. All 4 of them will push. Shakezilla still has that AK, but the missed smoke, it might cost them a little bit. Or actually, is it missed? No, it gives them the sightlines over the top, and doesn't even matter though. 100 Thieves will shut it down. A second kill does come through. That'll be all they can find. And it will be Triumph falling, but a nice little couple kills. I thought for a moment that smoke was a missed one for the wall smoke, but I think I've actually seen that one before quite a lot. And I think it just allows them to push through onto the site with a bit of cover below while seen over it. Bit of a one-way, I think.
It's actually it's actually a one-way smoke.
Yeah.
So it lands on the boost there, and it allows you to peek in towards the bomb side without really getting spotted.
Yeah.
JKS, he peeks above from pit, finds a nice little double. Junior?
He must have disconnected.
Well, he definitely did. But what was Jakem doing? Like, how did it take him that long to kill a player who was standing completely still? That's awkward, mate.
Yeah, I mean, it's difficult because it's hard to say how much it's affected the round. Obviously, he's posted up watching mid, and we have had the player disconnect, which is why now Gratisfaction looks like he's on a Triumph side. Don't worry, he is still on the CT side, and we don't have 2 JKSs on the server either. As it finishes off the final kill, he will be 100 Thieves to a 12th, and unfortunately, there's not going to be any restart for that round, I don't believe, because there was plenty of damage done already.
Yeah. So the rule, for anyone who's not super familiar with how the ruling works on lagouts and stuff like that, the ruling is if there's been fired a shot or used any utility or any damage dealt, then you cannot replay the round. However, if both teams agree, so let's say that you shoot a couple of bullets early in the round, not towards your opponent, but like in spawn or whatever. If both teams agree, like if you lag out right after that, and both teams agree to stop the round and have it restarted, you can do that as long as both teams agree. But if one of the teams don't agree with it, then it goes back to the ruling, basically.
Okay.
But obviously in this situation, when damage is dealt, tough luck.
Kills were found, yeah. Yeah, 100 Thieves, though, they'll secure themselves a 12th on the board now. And we just wait for the player to reconnect. It's unfortunate, of course. Junior disconnects. I mean, I don't know how much earlier he disconnected before the kill actually came through onto him. But obviously, it couldn't have been that long. Obviously, he was still in the server.
Yeah, so a way to do it, if he disconnects early and your teammates realize, What you gotta do is type, it's either dot stop or exclamation point stop in all chat, and then your opponents will see it and they'll also type stop.
Yeah.
If they agree to it, obviously. Like if nades were thrown or whatever, they can decide not to type stop.
And we will just be waiting for Junior to head his way back into the server as Triumph, they sit 3 rounds behind. He is now back in, and hopefully we'll be getting going shortly again. Hopefully it's not going to be a recurring or lingering issue for him in this game. I'd hate to see network issues, PC issues, whatever it may be, from rampant. Actually, was Junior the one who spilled water before?
Yes, he was.
Interesting notes. I mean, not going to read too much into it. Maybe a little bit of the spillage not cleaned up correctly or missed. Who knows?
I mean, you're right. I didn't even think about that, but
I mean,
don't
it's
think
a
that
long
had anything
shot.
to do
It's a
with it.
long
Yeah,
shot, but yeah.
So for you to, like, if you spill water and for that to have any effect on like your connection to the server, you either need to fry your PC, so the water reaching your PC somehow, or like shorting the
This is the plug.
the
essentially.
Ethernet connection on your motherboard or something like that, right? Because if you just spill it on your desk and it hits like your peripherals, it doesn't have any effect on. It might have an effect on like your hearing if it reaches your. Honestly, if it reaches your headphones, then you're really good at spilling water.
It's more than a spillage. That's just that's playing in the rain.
Yeah, that's talent in my opinion. Like if you manage to spill water and it reaches your headphone, like you gotta get a medal for that of some sort.
Yeah.
What
Just
you get what I'm
imagine,
saying.
just imagine someone mid-round just trying to like drink water and just like sort of just just launching it at their own face just
And
over
then
and over again.
Then he gets scared because someone was shooting at him, and like water
It's
is
a bit of a
everywhere
jump
all of
scare.
a
Just
sudden.
scout through mids and just sees Grat's head pop up and nail him. Just
I can completely see that. Like, oh, could you imagine that happening at LAN? I would laugh my ass off. That would be so funny.
Oh, that
I can't wait until we get LAN events again.
Yeah,
it's coming soonish. So
yeah, there's the global challenge back end of December, just before Christmas. That's going to be running, as long as conditions will permit it. The plan is to go to LAN. Hopefully they can do it, but if things don't work out, it's just a small LAN, just sort of no crowds as far as I'm aware.
yeah, and furthermore, they also spoke about for EPT 21.
The tweet today
They
video.
Yeah, they tweeted it out earlier today, so I would definitely consider if any of you guys are interested in following along with all the updates. Obviously, make sure you head over to Twitter, and follow ESLCS. Over there, you'll find all the information about upcoming events. You'll actually find clips from these streams as well. I'm not sure if they're doing clips on this stream particularly, but they're definitely doing on the main stream. So definitely check that out. And while you're over there, you can hit me up with a follow along with Dan. That's at official_GIETE or Dan Chan. That's DANCHAN CSGO.
Yes, correct. A follow would mean a lot to me. I don't have many of them. I cherish every single one of them. I think I've got 253.
It's not about the quantity, it's about the quality. I have like a decent amount of followers, but I have no one commenting anything on any of my posts.
Oh, mine are most of mine are a lot of people I've worked with and close friends and the like. So always nice to see them about on the Twitter page. Also, go on.
I don't think like a lot of percentage of people in Denmark actually uses Twitter. I think it's mostly people who do anything in the like technology, I guess, industry or whatever. Like if you're working in esports, if you're working any technology firm or whatever. I don't know, software firm or anything like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, the layman in Denmark doesn't really use Twitter.
Yeah, and well, if you're wondering why we're rambling, we are just waiting for this game to get back going. Junior did join the server, disconnected again, and now has rejoined. Not sure how much longer this is going to be, but hopefully it won't be too much longer. Because, well, I don't know about you, but I'm really enjoying this game. And I want to get back into things, see if Triumph can force this to a third map. 100 Thieves, though, they've got the slight lead, and they are hoping that this will be closed down in 2, just to book themselves that spot in the playoffs for the Pro League NA. If they win, doesn't matter what else happens, they will have secured a spot.
And real quick, I just got information that the problem here is that Junior, his Counter-Strike, so the game client is in desktop mode even when he pulls it into full screen. And for some weird reason, he can't change that. So he's having some issues with the game itself. Hopefully, I don't know, hopefully the admin can help him out and get that sorted out somehow. Or maybe his coach can help him out, or I don't know. But yeah, hopefully we get it sorted soon so we can get back into the game. And in the meantime, once again, I just want to kind of give you guys a little bit of a reminder of how it went over in the Furia Chaos department. So they're actually heading into a third map. First map was Nuke in that one. That was chosen by Chaos, and Furia took a 16-8 victory on it. Second map of that series was Inferno, chosen by Furia. Chaos took a 16-10 victory, and now they're going to be heading into Overpass. So obviously, as I pointed out earlier, Chaos doing their absolute greatest to make sure that they give themselves the best opportunity of making it through. And at that point, if Chaos managed to beat out Furia on Overpass, they have to have Triumph take the victory over 100 Thieves. If Triumph managed to do that, and Chaos managed to take the victory over Furia, then it's going to be Chaos making it into playoffs rather than 100 Thieves. I see someone in chat saying that he's seen me cast ESL matches since Optic had a Danish roster. That is true. I've been casting ESL matches for the last 6 years, I think. Actually 7 years, but I started in Danish, and I don't think a lot of you guys followed along with that. But I have been casting for ESL for quite some time.
I've been casting for about a week.
You've been doing great. Again, it's not about quantity, it's about quality.
Looks like we are getting back into the game. Junior, though.
He's still out of it.
Yeah, he's not happy with what's going on right now, and it doesn't seem like his team care anymore. They just want to play.
Yeah, it's a little bit unfortunate. I would have loved. Wait, he's back.
He's in the server. Maybe just changes some settings. Changes some settings. That's all it was.
He's moving straight to his death.
Straight in a downward trajectory towards the floor. As it is just Penny now, and Gratisfaction will clean that up. So just one kill found for the Triumph side there as we get back live. 100 Thieves. 13 on the board. Now, Triumph, can they find something here with a 4 AK-47s and the AWP Junior going glass cannon on his AWP. No armor for him. We'll see if he can pick up an opening kill. If he can do so, that would certainly help out the team. He's not going to be looking for a pick down mid, though. He's instead heading over towards that B site and maybe able to get there just as JKM arrives. Jacob, rather. Now, 100 Thieves going to be under a bit of pressure towards this B site. Triumph are going to look to go forwards, but Jacob's AWP Well, it's not good. It misses the first shot. He gets a dink with the P250, but Penny is just going to annihilate them both. JKS's Molotov will finish off a kill. But it's a 3-on-4 and 100 Thieves. They don't fancy their chances. They're just going to back away. Allow Triumph to 10. Save these weapons, because, I mean, they have a bit of cash in reserve, 100 Thieves. You can see, like, Liaz, Jacob, JKS, all above the 5k mark. Azure and Gratifaction a little bit less, so keeping a couple weapons alive does just help to keep the economy strong. They'll get themselves everything they need for that next round, along with possibly the round after. Just if they, I think they'll have enough cash for round after as well.
So Triumph do manage to secure their double digits. Manage to get the job done in this round and get a little bit closer to tying it up, but obviously still 3 rounds deficit. Still got a bit of an uphill struggle here, and furthermore, pressure must be amounting at this point because they know, well, maybe not. First of all, they don't really have a whole lot to play for in this one. Triumph don't have any chance of making it to playoffs, but obviously they want to prove their worth here in Pro League. And in the other, like, on the other hand, they're down 1-0 in maps, and they're down by 3 now, so a pretty good chance here for 100 Thieves to close it out 2-0. That's got to put a little bit of pressure at the very least.
Yeah, Gratifaction. He's in the chance there on the shot and gets tagged down in return, but 100 Thieves. They're still sitting a 5-on-4. And that's what you really want here as the 100 Thieves side. Is it was Azza who found the opening kill, both him and Grata around that 30 HP mark. Penny's going to have to deploy a smoke just to give him a bit of cover as that Molotov lands at his feet. And Zarks on the observer camera, giving us this nice little view as the smokes come through. Gratifaction posts up with the Orplo, who's looking to find the damage here as they their way in. There's a nice shot onto Junior, taking down the Orpa of the Triumph side. Penny towards short, needs to find the shot, can't get it, and Jake Zullers, though, he's got himself the second Orp in his hands. Moose has recovered the other one. And they need to try and defend this site with the double Orp. Moose gets one. Can they find anything else here? Moose finds himself a double, makes things possible for Sheikh Zuller, but 10 seconds on the clock. He needs to get this bomb planted. As he goes for it, he's going to get spammed around the edge of the smoke. Liaz will shut it down, and it will be Triumph falling against the 100 Thieves here. They'll make it to double digits in the previous round, but 100 Thieves, they bounce back with those saved weapons and secure 14 as they get closer and closer to finding this in a 2-0 fashion.
They're just 2 rounds away from shutting it down at this point, 100 Thieves. And again, with them taking the victory over Triumph, it doesn't matter how any of the other games goes. If 100 Thieves takes the victory over Triumph, which looks likely at this point, they will secure a spot for playoffs regardless of any of the other matches. This is quite an interesting positioning here from Gratifaction. This is not something we see all that often, and there's the reason for it. Now, we do have Liaz in a good position, but if you miss that first shot, if Triumph just straight up bolted forward, there's a really good chance that they could have caught Gratifaction. They decided to hold back as they had an idea that could have been other players close by, and they were right. Instead, they fall back entirely and actually set up for what seems to be some sort of aggression over towards that B-bomb site now.
Ryan only has a Deagle. He's going to have to be a bit of a workhorse for his team. Try and make something work with that Deagle. He's just going to be the bait instead. And as they push forward, the bait, well, that's not how you work it. Jacob and JKS, they do just annihilate everything as they push in towards B, leaving 2 alive. Moose towards mid. Gonna get shut down by Grat, and it will only be Junior. An AWP and a Dream. And Spam tags him down to 50. Will put the bullet through JKS's heart. Looking for more. There goes Jacob. A bullet through the dome is even more effective. And that leaves just Gratisfaction and Liaz. A 2-on-1. But coming in from the backlines, Liaz is ensuring that Junior cannot escape the tag onto Grat. It puts him low. And he's going to be hunting for this frag. But 10 seconds on the clock. Liaz will be coming in from behind in a moment. Doesn't matter if Grat will shut him down like that. That was close for Junior. He put things in a winnable situation for himself there. Liaz was always going to be a thorn in the backside, even if he'd managed to collect that kill onto Grat. But there was a potential victory there, but it's a 15. It's match point for 100 Thieves as they look to try and close out the 2-0.
One more round on the board will secure the spot for playoffs. And obviously a bit of a rough buy here for Triumph. Nate toss up towards the top of middle, deals a bit of damage, not a whole lot though. Molly, good timing on that, up on short. They get caught behind it. Forced to stay back for a little bit. Another Nate toss, that actually hit quite well. Falling back towards middle instead. We do have one player sitting up there. That's JKS. Move closer towards the B bomb site instead. JKS holding down the fort for now. He's got another teammate close by. It is going to be that mid to B split. JKM, oh, he gets taken down. Shake shuts him out. Ryan and Moose, they find kills. Again, we're going to see a bit of a broken buy. Work out somehow. I guess working wonders for Triumph. Junior as well, hitting a nice shot there onto Azet. And Gratisfaction, obviously, not a whole lot left for him to do. Oh, wow, a clean round for Triumph.
Is Penny going to salvage that AWP as well? Yes. They come out with a full kit of weapons as well. 100 Thieves, they have absolutely nothing. Gratisfaction and Liaz, they're both above that 5k mark. But look at the rest of the team. They are going to have to take a bit of a partial here. Maybe Grat and Liaz drop over a few pistols. Excuse me. I swallowed too much air. And they're going to just have to... Actually, they're just going to buy up absolutely nothing. It's going to be a USP Armada towards long. A couple flashbangs purchased by Grat to try and enable them a kill or two. But Penny just spraying through the smoke secures. That first Moose drops into pit, and that'll be the last thing he does as he's going to get taken down. But the spray is enough for Triumph. They'll just lose that one player, secure themselves 12, and they'll keep themselves in this game.
And not out of it at all. 15-12. They still need 3 more rounds in a row as well. And that's just to push this one into OT. But 100 Thieves, they're sort of at their last straw in terms of economy for this one. Liaz is a little bit broken.
Oh, the auto!
Broke at least. Yeah, auto coming through here from Shake. Kind of interesting to see him pull it out at this point in time. Because it's not like they're swimming in money.
Yeah, it's not a situation where they've got like they're set for the rest of the half. If they, well, I mean, it doesn't matter either way really, because if they lose a round, it's 100 Thieves winning. But certainly they want to keep enough cash in reserve so that they can get the rebuy through. If say if they win a round, but they have only one or even no players surviving. So they do need to be a little bit careful in that regard. They're all right for the time being. They got the cash. It's all good in for them.
Oh, no.
Oh, Penny, that's not what you like to see. That's not what you want to see. And, well, that means no smoke towards CT.
How does it land up there? I don't think I've ever seen anyone botch it out in such a way that it actually lands on top of that little arch thingy.
Yeah, I've never seen that. Actually, I have. You'd be surprised the things you see in ESEA.
Penny, nice double shake.
What?
Penny with a triple. There you have it. That's 15-13 now. Triumph. They're now just 2 rounds away from bringing this to OT. One more round probably going to be found here, as we do have a bit of an eco in the hands of 100 Thieves.
This is... I don't like this. I mean, this is good. Yeah, it's going to be 14 for Triumph, as you say. Auto's out again. 2 of them this time. There's, I think Sponge would say the Dak-Daks. Those Aussies in their weird terms, but it is going to be a Mag 7 for Jacob. A Deagle for Razza that's going aggressive up mid. A few USPs is all they have to work with. They try and find damage. Penny gets dinked down early on. You'll need to be a little bit careful.
Oh, that's a good shot.
Yeah, Ryan closing things here for Triumph, securing a couple nice kills, but Jacob's shotgun. There's $900 and a kill onto Penny. Anything here for the 100 fees will be a little bit nice, but breaking the economy of Triumph isn't their biggest issue right now. And it leaves it all up towards Jacob and JKS. An AK salvage for Jacob. JKS just with the USP. And a smoke to try and allow them a little bit further forward. They're actually going to boost up over the top. Jacob going to be able to find anything. He spots out Shakes. And around the edge of the smoke, but can't find the shots. JKS will just recover the AK and try and back away. It will be 14 for Triumph. As we expected, Moose is going to be holding the back lines, ensuring that AK is not going to be able to escape. And well, this is going to go to the full 30 rounds here as try and force OT in the second map of Dust 2. They're performing above expectations here on Dust 2. After losing their map pick of Inferno, it looked like it was going to be a done deal, but now they show life. They show perseverance. And 100 Thieves, they're showing signs of a few beads of sweat dripping down the edges of their faces as they sit just one round ahead of Triumph, who are going to be trying to force things to overtime. No pause taken, interestingly. They're going to go straight into things. Grat with the AWP, but it's Glass Cannon. A few M4s, the AUG for Jacob. It's the autos again, and it's the autos that find a kill on towards said Jacob. And he goes down early, and that allows Ryan just to bolt straight in towards his B site. Triumph, they have a huge chance. JKS, that's a pivotal kill. Finding Ryan, reclaiming that B site back before the rest of those Triumph players can push their way in.
Yeah, that's incredibly important. Had he come up just a little bit short on that one, JKS, or even if he died in that situation, that would have been awful and probably the round going in the favor of Triumph. But now they actually have a chance of holding on to the round here. But as we look at the minimap, we'll see that Triumph are setting up for a B hit. JKS just now making his move back. That's a good nade, though.
Yeah, that's going to soften them up a lot as they try and push forward. JKS, the sole defender at the moment, does have Liaz not too far away to try and provide a bit of support. But as he pushes forward, he needs to get an opening. Gets one. Liaz comes in for a second, but his teammate's down. Liaz needs to try and hold the ground from Carr here. Could 100 Thieves do this? The Molotov, it's not going to go in towards Liaz's position. He's able to hold his ground. It's all up towards Sheikh Zula, but one kill. It's not enough. Azza, he'll close it down and secure 100 Thieves the second map. And a 2-0 score as they will take down Triumph. But as we said, they've been putting up great performances, Triumph, just falling short so many times.
Hey, I was getting a little bit shaky and a little bit sweaty in that one, honestly. Especially considering that, once again, I'll give you a final bit of an update on the Furia versus Chaos game. Chaos are currently leading 8-0 on their third and final map. So, had this map gone to OT, there would have actually been a very real chance for Chaos to pull through. But obviously, with 100 Thieves taking the victory, they're secured their spot in playoffs.
Yep, and, well, 16-14. It was pretty close, but 100 Thieves, they do what they needed to do. It doesn't matter if it took 3 or 2. 2-0 does secure them that playoff spot. Chaos, no matter what they do now, they are eliminated. Triumph, they were already eliminated before they came into this game. And unfortunately, they won't be able to collect a win in the NA division of the Pro League. And I guess that's all from us today, isn't it? Just this one game?
Yeah, indeed it is. And that is all for us this time around. We might have something more coming up in the very near future for us as a duo.
Yeah.
So follow us on social media. Make sure you follow ESLCS as well and stay up to date with all that good stuff. But yeah, that was it for tonight.
Yeah, also, going to do myself a little bit of a plug here because I'm a bit of a sellout. Hope you're alright with that. I actually yesterday got accepted into the next big caster challenge for ESCA. So if you've enjoyed what you see here, any support for that would be greatly appreciated. I'm one lonely Brit up against 7 Americans and 2 Australians. I realise that I am asking this in an NA game, so it's probably unlikely. But just any support would be lovely. And I hope you've enjoyed the game here with both of us. It's been a great pleasure, and I just want to thank ESL for bringing me on board for this one.
With that, I think we'll close it down. Thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you go support all the other streams going on right now. We'll send you their way as soon as we've finished up with this one. So thank you once again, and we'll see you next time around.
You ready? Huh? Hey, he's a good boy, huh? You ready? Huh?
Start your esports career now at play.eslgaming.com.
My name is Jordan Gilbert, aka Nothing.
Hi, my name is Sue Lee. My handle is Smix. I think it's important for these initiatives to happen. Empathy really, really goes a long way, and it always means so much to us, and I think that's where initiatives like this really help.
I encourage everyone in the community, anytime they see bullying, anytime they see someone getting called names, I encourage you to step up and say something.
Good luck, have fun.
Good luck, have fun.